gentlemen, welcome back to the Speak On It podcast. I'm your host, Dylan Barretto, Podcast Poppy. I'm Lil B Breezy, Big Mike. What's up in this fucking bum? This fucking bum in the corner, right this way, here, right, this fucking bum right here, talking all that good shit. All that good shit. The Raiders win a couple games in a row, and they finally are able to squeak into the playoffs. And look at them. Look at him.
4 games in a row.
Loser.
A skid mark.
You're a fucking skid mark on the football world, you fucking bum. All of you. You have this beautiful ass stadium. You have fucking Steve Aoki at all your fucking games. You have Bruce Buffer announcing your players for what? For what? The highlight of your season was beating the Chargers on some bullshit because their fucking head coach called the timeout when y'all were trying to tie. Y'all were trying to tie this fucking game. And look at that. You guys made the playoffs. Congratulations. You made the fucking playoffs. And then what? And then what?
Hey,
Joey
Dylan.
B and the Bayou Bengals came and tore up that ass.
Hey,
we lost by a touchdown that we almost scored. I wouldn't call that tearing up our ass.
Tore up that ass. Did you win?
Huh?
Hey, Dylan.
Did you win?
No, we didn't win.
You up to Michael Jordan's crying face.
Crying face. Now. Zoom in. Dylan, zoom into that fucking loser's face. Look at him. That fucking loser. Play the music. Yeah. Yeah. Look at him.
Hey, MJ, how you doing, man?
Joey B
and
the Bayou Bengals came up there in their home eating some Skyline chicken on that ass.
My baseball team's from Cincinnati, so I'm still winning.
Oh, so you're claiming the win over your football team?
My baseball team's in Cincinnati, so I'm still winning.
So because your football team lost, you won?
I'm still winning.
You fucking loser! Your Super Bowl pick's out. Your favorite team's out. Warming up the seat for you, right there for me, buddy. Right there for you. Guess what? Draft position sucks for y'all. Y'all are doing the thing bad teams do, where you fire your GM. You're firing your head coach that your whole team rallied around. Dumpster fire of a fucking organization. Trying to trade Derek Carr, who was your leader. What's the point of making the playoffs if this is what you're going to do? Y'all are the Houston Texans. That's what you are. You guys are perpetually garbage, trash, basura, fucking dumb. Dumb organizations do dumb organization things, and y'all are right there with the Texans, with the Jaguars, and where the Giants are, and where the Jets were for the last 4 years. You fucking bum. Look at that. That's your quarterback. That's your fucking quarterback. Great man,
that is
Derek
my quarterback.
Carr. And guess
that
what?
is my quarterback.
He won't be your quarterback next year. And that's
it's a speculation, brother.
You should be furious with the direction your team is looking. Your team just made it to the playoffs, and y'all are acting like y'all won 3 games.
Dude, we made the playoffs.
Bums. Then why'd you fire your GM?
Because he was a bum.
He didn't even get a chance to do anything.
Huh?
He didn't get a chance to do anything.
You just answered the question. You just literally answered the question.
You want to know why you guys are dumb for firing Mike Mayock?
Why are we dumb for firing Mike Mayock?
Because Gruden was the one running your organization. Mayock didn't get a chance to even do anything. So why does Mayock get the shit end of the stick?
But that's also why we fired him.
And why is Biscaccia getting the shit end of the stick?
Because we're the Raiders, all right? We're the
fucking Raiders! Say it! Right now, because we're the fucking Raiders, and the Raiders do what Raiders do for the last 20-something years, and that's Raider. Raiders go to Raider.
Hey, if this is a Raider year, I don't mind these Raider years.
This is peak Raider year. Peak Raider year.
This is peak Raider year?
This is peak Raider year. This is about as good as it gets for you, huh?
Oh, really?
This is as good as it gets for you?
Dylan, we are one true wide receiver, true number 1 receiver from a championship.
You guys are one true wide receiver. You guys are one true starting corner. You are one true starting safety. One true starting middle linebacker.
I don't know about the middle linebacker.
Oh my God! I forgot. The one thing you need to win in this league is a head coach. So you guys are one head coach away. You are one offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, quarterback coach, running back coach, wide receiver coach, tight end coach, offensive line coach, defensive back coach, defensive line coach. You name it. Every part of your organization needs to be redone. And y'all made a playoff. Y'all made the playoffs. And you have to redo your whole structure of your organization.
Yeah, we have to rebuild our
playoff team. To what? Next year, if you guys get rid of Derek Carr, Ngakoue bounces, because y'all trade him for whatever reason, and you extend Crosby, and then that's the only person you have, and you have Josh Jacobs, maybe, if you guys don't get rid of him either, you guys are now looking at a rebuild for no reason. For no reason. You guys go from being football purgatory of like 8-8, 7-9, this year 10-9, where the fuck the record was, to now being
10-7, buddy. 10-7.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't pay attention to that fucking bum franchise. But you guys go from being a playoff team that's a couple pieces away to make it to the next round and possibly being in the championship game to now being a team that's like, well, now they're clearly the worst team in the division.
As you're going on your rant, by the way, Dylan, we're actually in talks to try and get Calvin Ridley. Just, but you can continue.
And everybody else.
We have the best chance.
Do you? How do you have the best chance?
Have a coach.
You want to know who actually has the best chance of getting Calvin Ridley?
Who?
Don't have a coach.
The Jets or the Giants because they have 2 first-round picks.
Why would Calvin Ridley ever want to go to one of those teams?
Why would Calvin Ridley has zero control of where he goes because he's on a rookie deal? Why would he want to go to a bum organization that just is going to fire their head coach?
You mean an organization that just made the playoffs? Why would he go to a 4-13 team? Please give me your explanation. Why would he go and get his back blown out twice a year by the Bills, the Patriots, and the Dolphins? Because I can't beat them either.
I'm glad we went there because one team's trajectory is going this way, while another team's trajectory is going this way. Why are you going to put a player with mental health problems in Las Vegas where he's constantly being arrested for DUIs?
What is this?
He's on a team filled with murderers and people who can't control themselves. So why are we going to put a man with mental health issues in a situation where the GM is dog shit, the ownership is dog shit, there's no coaching structure, every structure you had is now out the window.
First off, you're talking all the speculation. It's not a foregone conclusion that we're getting rid of Rich Bisaccia. It is not a foregone conclusion.
Guarantee. Put it right here. Guarantee the Scotcha Bread's not going to be your coach next year. Guarantee it.
You guys have a team full of drunks,
murderers.
Oh,
wait. Keep talking.
Racists.
Yep. But we still made the playoffs.
Yeah, but all of those players that you had, they're not going to be there.
But we still made the playoffs. Bums, racists, fucking violent people, DUI, all that stuff.
Anthony, so you guys made the playoffs. Congratulations.
We lost our best offensive player for half the year, and we still made the playoffs. So thank you guys for pointing out why this season was so fantastic for Raider Nation.
Why are you happy about losing in the playoffs?
What are you talking about? First off, where do I start, dude? Where do you want me to start? You mean when we were 6-7 and everybody was laughing at us, saying we were going to just
Guess what? I'm still laughing at you, motherfucker.
But why,
Dylan? You worse now.
But Dylan, you're 4-13. You are. Here's
the thing. I understand what the Jets are, right? I never come out here and I never think the Jets.
You just said their trajectory's going up.
Yes,
how?
They are.
So
how many games did we win last year?
So tell me how you guys
win last year?
How you guys gonna put a dent in the Bills or the Patriots or the Dolphins? How do you guys plan on taking down any 3 of those teams?
Excellent.
Tell me right now.
I'll start with that, but you answer my question first. How many games did we win the year before?
The last year?
Yep.
Was it 2?
Yes.
Yeah, it was 2.
2.
So you're gonna win 6 next year? What the hell?
I think we could go anywhere from 6 to 8 wins next year.
Okay, absolutely. So you'll be 6-11 next year.
I said between 6 and 8. And you want to know why I think we could go 6 and 8? Sit between 6 and 8 wins. One, healthy players coming back. All year, we didn't have our number 1 defensive lineman in Carl Lawson. We didn't have our starting left tackle all year. We didn't have Corey Davis or Elijah Moore all year. We have the 4th most money in cap. We have 2 top 10 draft picks. We have 4 draft picks in the first 40. And we have good coaching and we have good ownership for the first time in forever where the organization is actually trying to do something that's like the long haul and not like a quick 2 to 3 year build that they do every fucking time. whether it's from 1999, 2001, and then the bum years, and then it's 2009, 2010, 2011, and then more bum years, and then 2014, 2015, then more bum years, that you don't build 2 years. They're looking for the long haul, right? And then where's the Calvin Ridley's on the market, J.C. Jackson's on the market. There are players on the defensive side of the ball that will come to the Jets because Saleh and his defensive staff are people that want to play for them. C.J. Mosley is a guy people want to play with on the defensive side of the football. Quentin Williams is somebody people want to play with on the defensive side of the football. That's why if you add a Kyle Hamilton, a Kayvon Thibodeau, Hutchinson from Michigan, or Derek Stingley, or Nakobe Dean, like any of those guys from the draft, you put them in a good situation with other vets around them. That's why it's like, okay, we also competed against teams that are still in the playoffs.
That I will give you. I'll give you that.
That ass whooping we saw Philly take. How did the Jets play Philly?
I will give you guys that. You guys did compete with some of the very best teams in the NFL this year.
And now,
I will give you guys that.
Going into the divisional round, we have the fucking couldn't beat the Jet Bowl in the Titans and the fucking Bengals, because both these teams got that ass beat like a drum. So that's what this game is to me. It's either one of these teams can beat the Jets. We're the only team to hold Jamar Chase to under 50 yards.
That's 12 weeks in a row he's been able to say that.
So, yeah, that's why I say our trajectory is going up, because I think, like I said, we're 2 years away from playing competitive football. And for whatever reason, this year with the bums we had on this roster, with practice squad guys starting and all this stuff, we still were playing competitive football games, and it shocks me. That's what happened.
I will give you guys a ceiling of about six wins.
That's why I said 6 to 8.
I look at. I mean, obviously, you can't judge a next year's schedule off of the current teams, but just looking at the schedule, AFC North and NFC North, y'all face both those divisions now.
Yes. I think the Bears are winnable. I think the Vikings are winnable. I think the Browns are winnable. So that's 3 right there that I think are winnable. And if they play decent football against good football teams, I also think Baltimore is winnable. Actually, no, scratch Baltimore. Get Baltimore out. Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh is winnable because that team is fucking done. That team is done without a quarterback.
I've learned never to doubt Mike Tomlin.
Well, Mike Tomlin's only ever had Big Ben, so I'll doubt Mike Tomlin until he proves me
wrong. Don't forget Mason Rudolph.
Man, he's great. But the Lions, the Bears, and the Vikings are all winnable games. There's 3 games in those divisions that are winnable games.
You guys have the You guys do face Jacksonville next year. So.
Again, so that's 4. I think the Dolphins are also that's a split. That could be a split. That's 5. And who else are we playing from the West? We're playing somebody else. That's
Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle. That's also could be a win.
If Russell Wilson goes, that could be.
If Russell Wilson's there, I think it's still a winnable game. So, yeah, our trajectory is going this way. You guys literally won a playoff game, and your whole organization is like in flux, and I don't understand it.
No, we didn't win the game.
You don't. But good teams, like you say, if you're one legitimate wide receiver away from,
you gotta understand something. Again, it's not like Gruden was supposed to get fired. You know, we went through the obvious issues, and we had to let him go. That's why we were the only postseason team without a coach. You know, it wasn't because of performance. And then, Mike Mayock, realistically, he was a bum, and he was still tied to Gruden, so we didn't want to deal with him.
He didn't get a chance, though. That's where it's like, he was there, but again, he didn't do anything. He had to listen to Gruden.
But again, he just I'm not going to sit here and say it's the fairest thing in the world, but again, we just didn't want his affiliation, so he had to go. It sucks. It is what it is.
If they really planned on keeping Biscaccia, they would have came out and be like, he's our guy.
I want Biscaccia. Derek Carr has said he wants Biscaccia. The players have said we all want him.
And the Raiders
going to Raider.
And they're going to get some college coach.
Look, if we get Jim Harbaugh, because that's the name I'm constantly hearing, I'll learn to like him. Okay, I'll just put it like that.
But
I'll learn to like him.
If
but I don't
guys
think
get anybody else, then it's just like, what are we doing?
Because
I always thought going into this year, this was Derek Carr's last year with you guys anyway, because it's the last year of his guaranteed money. And
no, his guaranteed money been up.
Well, it was also his last year potentially with Gruden, and Gruden was the only reason Derek Carr really was still there. So this was kind of like a prove it year for him, and then Gruden got out, and then it's like I don't think the organization loves Derek Carr.
Yeah, but that's the part that bothers me right now is the fact that there's even trading talks about him.
Because I've been telling you for years, I was like, I don't think Derek Carr is going to be your quarterback this year. I've been saying that for like 3 years because the organization doesn't like him.
But he's had his ups and his downs. But I think this year, now granted, if we didn't make the playoffs, his ass would have been gone. But the fact that he's the top 5 in passing yards this year. Why is that significant? You look at all the other quarterbacks. I even broke this down on Facebook. All the other quarterbacks on that list have either one really elite wide receiver or even 2, not to mention the tight end and the running backs. Derek Carr is the only one on that list without an elite receiver. Not to mention Waller was injured half the year. And yes, Hunter Renfrow, I will give the man his flowers. He balled out this year. But he's not a number 1 receiver. Bryan Edwards is
a bum.
Zay Jones has improved, but he's still again, Deshaun Jackson, he had 3 or 4 plays.
Washed.
So this is what Carr had to play with all year, and he still posted top 5 numbers in passing yards. And again, not only did he lead us to the playoffs, we were 1 score away. And again, if you look at that Bengals game, I mean, I don't like the whole shoulda, woulda, coulda talk. We lost. At the end of the day, we lost, and that's all that mattered. We made so many stupid ass mistakes.
Can we do my favorite one with the kick return where he grabbed the ball and ran out of bounds as opposed to being out of bounds first?
Before I address his dumb ass, I got to address another retard. I got to address another idiot. Alex fucking Leatherwood. That guy is trash. He's effing trash. We drafted him. I didn't like him. Nobody liked it. Nobody liked him at all. And he has proven why we don't like him. His constant knack for penalties. That one drive, you remember that drive where we were driving the ball all the way down into their territory. Holding, 10-yard penalty. Derek Carr makes a spectacular play. Holding, 10-yard penalty. Josh Jacobs, 15-yard run. Holding, 10-yard penalty. What the are we supposed to do when these motherfucking old linemen don't know how to properly I was shaking my damn head. It's like, how many times are we going to get a big play to have that shit set back in one series?
Raiders gonna Raider.
It was such a game. I think we just got nervous. I think we just got really nervous. Again, we're not used to the postseason. We're not used to the
postseason, and then you went to hostile Cincinnati.
Yeah,
whole bunch of days.
Yeah, and it's just we weren't meant
the buzzsaw. That is the Bayou Bengals. That's what you guys ran into. Because Joe Burrow is legit.
I will still sit here and say I think Herbert's just a touch better than Burrow, but Burrow's a problem. And Jamar Chase, seeing Jamar Chase is just it frustrates me because I was saying to myself the whole game, if we just had that number 1 receiver the way Burrow has it, Burrow can get comfortable and just throw it up, and Chase is going to get it. He was burning the shit out of all our secondary. So it's like I said, Mike, I got your hands full with these guys, man.
My favorite thing before we continue, my favorite thing is how Anthony said they're going to draft a number 1 receiver, and I brought out. I said
either draft or free agent sign.
But y'all stink at bringing in your own wide receivers. Y'all always have, and y'all always will. And then you're like, oh, Amari Cooper. I was like, Amari Cooper had a really good rookie year, and then was concussed all the time and never played. So try again. Oh, we got Darius Hayward-Bay. We got all these receivers who are really fast. All these, you guys draft receivers like you would in Madden. Man, I'm just going to go get the fastest receiver in the draft, and hopefully they're good. And they are never good. Ever. And then you got Henry Ruggs, who was good, then killed a girl. So it's all right, well.
I mean, we've had, again, look at Denver. They've had bad luck with quarterbacks since Peyton Manning.
Yeah, it's just one of the. Here's what Denver does, though. Denver goes and gets their quarterback. They will just go and trade for one. And that's what they're going to do this year. And then y'all are going to be at the bottom of the division, and it's going to be like, man, what a fall from fucking grace.
I'm hearing reports about Matt Ryan to Denver. If that's the case, I'm fine.
Who?
I'm hearing reports of Matt Ryan to Denver. If that's
Matt
the
Ryan
case,
wouldn't be bad in Denver. Matt Ryan's just bad because in Atlanta, because they have no offense and no defense. They have nothing. Matt Ryan, especially in Denver, Matt Ryan in Denver would slaughter. But Atlanta's not getting rid of him. They want to bring him back. You're looking at like Russell Wilson or.
That's the only thing that concerns me is where does Russell Wilson go? You know,
It's either Denver or New Orleans.
if he goes to New Orleans, whoo, that's gonna be
Before you guys go too far, Mike, what do you got to say, buddy?
No, I'm just sitting here listening to us talk on and on and on about all these teams that are not in the playoffs. Meanwhile, we have a panelist on the show whose team is the number 1 seed. Yet and still, we do not talk about them. They don't exist.
Did you see that
guys
you guys
still
are
gotta
ranked
win
like
your game
number
next
6
week, though.
in the
a
playoff
little,
games?
a little respect would be nice. A little.
I mean, you
respect.
guys still got to win your game next
We
week.
do
though.
have to win. I'd like to talk about my team. You know,
You had a
Anthony
bye
got
week.
whole
You guys had a
about how
bye week.
The Raiders were going to do this. The Raiders were going to do Super Bowl, this, that, and the third.
And then he said y'all weren't beating anybody.
Tennessee's not going to win
Yeah.
it.
I also
Said
said
it.
the Niners are going to win and the Eagles are going to get blown out. So I wasn't completely off this past week.
I will give you credit on your Niners pick because I said last week I was like I like that pick a lot.
But there's still one more thing that I have said, and and again, I don't hate the Titans. My older brother's a huge Titans fan, so I like the Titans. But I'm being honest. This is no bias, no nothing. I don't see them as a threat. I do not see them beating Cincinnati. They're out this week. They're out. They're gonna give them a good. I just have a gut feeling they're just not gonna beat Cincinnati.
You and a whole lot of panelists feel that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not. It's not some hate shit. Like, I just don't see y'all beating Cincinnati. There's just There's too many weapons on that team.
Yeah, and we don't have any weapons. You know, we don't have.
Well, nobody ever knows when Julio's playing.
Yeah.
To be fair, Julio will come in all dressed up for game day, and be like, "Not today."
All I know is that we look at that bracket there. You see that? You see those teams that are left?
Hey, where are the Raiders? I thought they were going to the Super Bowl.
They're that team in gray.
I thought Anthony already penciled them in to be in the AFC side of the Super Bowl.
Well, the Niners are still in the NFC, bitch. So pay attention.
Hey, I told you I like that pick a lot. I'm supporting that pick.
All right, so I could be half
Especially against
love.
Green Bay.
I love how I just love how Anthony keeps on trying to find ways to give himself props. Like, oh yeah, I did say I picked the Niners and whoever else he said he picked, but you also picked yourself and the Cowboys to be in the Super Bowl, and they.
I did not pick the Cowboys.
I picked the Cowboys.
Dylan picked the Cowboys.
Who did he pick to go to the Super Bowl? It was the Raiders and who?
It was the Raiders and the Niners.
I'll bring that up
Niners.
in a second.
Okay.
Before y'all all cut me off, the point that I was getting to was that lowly Tennessee, that's not good, has beaten Kansas City, Buffalo, and the Rams, who are all still playing. We've beaten all of them this year, but hey, oh wait, we beat the Niners too. Oh, who would have thought?
But did you beat the Jets?
The lowly Titans.
Well, if we're gonna go by that logic, I mean the Cardinals blew the doors off the Rams in the regular season.
So if
got the doors
you guys
blown
beat
off on Monday Night Football,
They definitely did.
So, Mike, how do you feel about the Titans being the number 1 seed in the AFC, but still being like ranked the 6th best team currently playing in the playoffs?
I love it, Dylan. I love it because the disrespect is unbelievable. But it's okay. We just go to work over here. We just go to work.
You want to hear how I'm spinning this? If the Bengals or the Titans make it to the Super Bowl, that means the Jets won the Super Bowl.
Oh
I
my
know
god.
I know that's what you're gonna do. I know that's
Because we beat both those teams. That means we're better than them. It's simple math. It's simple sports math. We beat the teams that are in the Super Bowl. That means we're the Super Bowl champs.
Do you get the jewelry?
I better. My ring better have a fucking bongo drum on it. How we been beating that ass?
Well, to answer your question, James, for our viewers watching us on YouTube, here are our Super Bowl picks. I had the Rams and the Titans, James, Kansas City and Green Bay, Dylan, Kansas City and Dallas, Anthony, San Francisco and the Raiders, and Roz has Kansas City and Green Bay. After 1 week of playoff football, we can now update. We can now update this, and Dylan and Anthony already will not have one of their teams in the Super Bowl. But
that is
what's
correct.
is this the fire chip challenge right here?
no, that's spoiler. That's going to be for March Madness. That's
I was about to say, if we're doing the fire chip challenge and we're going off a record, I think Anthony's still in last place.
We haven't decided what the penalty was going to be for the NFL playoffs. We could still come up with something.
I think it kind of like it's kind of like you really can't do it now
Picks a lot. I mean, picks a
some
lot.
brackets are broken.
Oh yeah. Oh well. Oh well.
I mean, you do gotta figure out something because you kind of like you. Speaking of last pod, you did kind of like force my hand on making a decision, even though I participated. I'm still alive, so
you agree to it. I think there should be a penalty. I don't know what
I'm
quite.
still alive, but I know one thing: if the non-football guy wins,
Don't you have the same picks as Roz?
Yes.
yeah,
does.
but I picked
you
mine.
tied.
I picked mine before. Mike had to get in contact with Ross to get his pick.
Can I just say two things really quick? Anthony, I'm actually really jealous of your 49ers pick because, man, I can see them running the fucking table. And I said that last week, but I just didn't want to do it because I was all in on the Cowboys. But this Niners team can run the fucking table, man. Aaron Rodgers struggles against the NFC West all the time. And all this team does is run the football and play defense. So, like, this is one of those things where we could probably see an upset. But, fuck the Cowboys and fuck the Niners at the same time. Because neither one of those teams deserve to win that football game. Neither one of those teams deserve to win that football game.
The Niners
gave the game away.
They clearly outplayed them, though.
But until the last
Jimmy G decided to Jimmy G, and then
that's what I'm like. They tried to give that game away,
and
then the Cowboys couldn't get their head out of their ass.
And then the Cowboys figured out a way to cowboy it out.
I'm just like, bro. So, fun fact: since 1996, the Jets have more playoff wins than the Dallas Cowboys. And if the Dallas Cowboys would have won on Sunday, they still wouldn't have as many playoff wins as the Jets have since 1996.
They don't have as many playoff wins as the Jets, the Giants, the Cardinals.
Fun fact, if the Cowboys went and won the Super Bowl, they would only tie how many playoff wins since 1996.
Wow.
Jerry Jones was not happy. He was not happy after that game.
My brother is a massive Cowboys fan, and he wasn't happy either. And he was telling me, he goes, Mike McCarthy's fired after this game. And I was like, I don't think so. He's like, you don't know Jerry the way I know Jerry. And then we got the notification the next day that Mike McCarthy's not getting fired. I screenshot it. I sent it to him. I'm like, well, it looks like I know Jerry better than you. If y'all wouldn't fire him after the game because my brother also hates Kellen Moore. Like, if you would have fired Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore would have been your head coach. So you might as well wait till he's out of there with another job before you fire Mike McCarthy.
I don't know what was more entertaining, the game or the fans' reactions during the game.
Watching the game on Nickelodeon was
watching the game on Nickelodeon was fun.
That was awesome.
But, listening and seeing the Cowboy fans' tears and complaints and the refs this and the refs that and
what a wild way to end the game, though.
Oh,
What an absolutely insane way to end the game.
But it's such a Cowboy game, though. It's such a Cowboys game.
They did the thing where they played their corners 8 yards off every single play to allow Jimmy G to play Jimmy G's game.
Mm-hmm.
So you let him just dink and dunk and roll out, play action, toss cracks, end arounds.
Let Debo wreck your defense.
Bro, the Cowboys did everything in their power to lose that game. Like, out of all the teams that you're playing, like, why aren't you playing a little bit farther up against this team, knowing that Jimmy probably won't beat you deep because he can't? And we saw in a couple plays where he couldn't. And then we saw one play where Trayvon Diggs got absolutely wrecked on a hem and dropped him, caught the ball on a flag, and was just out on a first down on 3rd and 9. Murdered. But that last play, one, why did Dak run for those extra 5 yards? And 2, why did that ref go and tackle Dak Prescott at the center?
He didn't tackle. He did not tackle Dak.
I'm sitting there. I'm like, you can't give one more second on that.
He had to touch. The ref had to. Touch the ball.
The ref has to touch the ball and place it. I'm not taking that away. But the route he took to get there was a weird choice.
But you gotta understand, if you didn't take that route, then he has to go around.
The game would have
definitely been over.
The guard and the tackle, as opposed to the quarterback and the center. while they were already set up, he pushes them out of the way, stumbles, picks up the ball. I'm like I get it, but that's a shitty way to end the game.
He's rushing because
I know.
The Cowboys decided to do a ridiculous play with 14
seconds on the clock. Man.
They would have had 5 more seconds if he didn't run for those 5 extra yards as well. So it's like what else? How much more?
That's why I don't blame the referee.
I don't blame the referee, but it's shitty. But then it's why are the Cowboys are in this position because they're the most penalized team in football, and they played undisciplined football all game. The only consistency they had in that game was DeMarcus Lawrence. He was the only one playing his heart out every single snap. He was the only one trying to give Jimmy G fits, Debo fits. Everybody didn't want to be there. And it's so crazy. And then they finally get that interception. Life is coming that. Jerry World is lit up. And then Debo doesn't get the first down. And that place erupts. And they didn't go for it on 4th and 1. They are not stopping you, and you don't go for it on 4th and 1. And then was it a false start when you actually went back out there after the timeout?
Yep.
Oh, they tried to lose that game and they just couldn't.
I was impressed by how loud the Cowboy fans were. That actually looked and felt like a home field advantage for them for once. Because I surely thought the Niners were going to overrun that stadium.
Well,
I didn't think so. You guys both were they're going to travel, they're going to fill up Jerry World. But I was like,
they did. No, they did. They played them camera angles. They played them camera angles real well because there were certain parts of the stadium that were dominated by Niners.
I know.
Yes,
but it's not the areas that you saw on TV.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
It was
they showed the Cowboy intensive areas. But they purposely weren't showing the sea of red in certain parts of the building.
Well, why would they?
Because they always do it. They always do.
Cowboys in the playoffs. Why would you do it? But the Cowboys fans were there. They were there.
I don't know.
They were there.
It kind of reminded me of the WWE, how they be trying to angle the camera to not show
milking crowd noise.
Yeah, milking crowd noise. I don't know. I thought that was just a little bit disingenuous, but whatever. There were Cowboy fans.
It's a playoff game. Yeah. That was the worst, best game of the weekend.
It was because all the other games was trash.
Nah, that Bills game was great. Hey, Mike, shout out to us. Shout out to us.
Can I get my rant? Can I get my rant?
Go ahead, friend.
Weeks and weeks, I sat here and told y'all it was all smoke and mirrors with that Patriots team. They are not that good. And week after week, bullshit win after bullshit win. All you hear, a few weeks ago, it was going to be Tampa Bay and New England in the Super Bowl. Oh, New England can't be beat. They're going to be the 1 seed. All full of crap. I told y'all on this show, Buffalo was looking forward to this game. Buffalo, how do you say it, Dylan? Beat that
ass like a drum.
And I enjoyed every second of me and Dylan sat here for weeks telling y'all that Mac Jones ain't that guy, buddy.
Ain't that guy.
And all I had, and just to pull the curtain back, James, all the guys in the Triple B, all y'all Patriot fans, yeah, quiet now. I don't hear nobody.
It's only me and French. There's nobody else.
Quote Trae Young. It's quiet as
exactly
fucking here. It's quiet as fucking here.
Patriots got that ass whooped. And the timeline, my Facebook, my Instagram just dead. Fell off a cliff Saturday night. You know why? Because the Patriots have come back to reality. All you think, I've been a Patriot fan forever. No, you've been a Patriot fan since Tom Brady's been there. The Patriots have always been trash, and now the dream is over. It's over. Get used to it. Y'all are going to get...
So, Anthony, how did McCorkle's arm hold up in those weather conditions?
He's a rookie.
Not great.
He's a rookie.
Oh, he's a rookie. He's a rookie.
Yeah, he's a rookie. He needs time to grow. He's just going through some rookie pains. I mean, again, in his rookie year, he was better than Josh Allen in his rookie year.
Well, they're different. Josh Allen was out here trying to throw the ball 5 million yards and truck people. They're different quarterbacks. McCorkle was just asked to dink and dunk and keep it moving and not lose the game. And then in the playoffs, where you need your quarterback's arm to win a game, you have a quarterback who has an arm of a sixth grader who can't play in the elements. And as long as he's a quarterback in this league, if he has to play in tough weather conditions, remember, Foxborough gets cold and windy too. You have to be able to play in those games and keep your team in those games.
Honestly, I just think they're a bad matchup for Buffalo. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, they're
if they
not
had
hurt.
any other rookie quarterback on their team, they win that game.
I don't know. Josh Allen was on fire.
Josh Allen was on.
That was going to be my other point.
Their drive summary was touchdown, victory formation.
Yeah, but the Chiefs have been playing lights out on defense since I believe was week 6 or 7 or 1.
Don't believe the hype in that defense, but believe the hype in that offense. Because, man, they got better than a bye with that Steelers game.
I legit watched one quarter of that game and was like, yep, that's it for Big Ben.
That
first quarter made it seem like, oh my God, it's going to be a game.
Yeah,
because I blinked.
And then TJ brought it into the touchdown. It's like 7-0 Pittsburgh. I was like, oh shit. Then it's like 7-7. Then they score again. Then they scored again. And then again. And literally again. It was like 7:35. Like 3 minutes quick.
You looked
got
up,
throw
the
like,
towel.
Oh, get Big Ben out of there.
Throw the towel. Stop.
You guys ruined Ben's last game. The Raiders ruined Ben's last game because all you guys had to do was just tie, and then Big Ben goes out on top.
It's like
he goes out and he literally got taken out behind the barn and got
Ravens, kept his team alive.
Well, I don't know why you guys are looking at us. Look at all those moronic Steelers fans that were giving us so much love. I was at Walmart, obviously, when my Raiders were shopping, and there were like some Steelers fans, and they're like, "Oh, thank you guys so much," and blah blah blah. I'm like, "All right, cool. Y'all got to face the Chiefs. Go to Arrowhead. Good luck with that." Like, I don't understand.
Y'all ended a career of one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play in such a manner that was just like, yo, take him behind the shed and just fucking end it. Like, didn't stand a chance. R.I.P. Big Ben.
They wanted us to give him a playoff berth so bad. I'm like, here y'all go. Like, all right.
How crazy would it be if Big Ben just decides to say, you know what, guys, one more?
Everybody would fucking hate him.
No.
Steelers fans would turn on him so fast.
He's so bad. He's so bad now. He's so
over.
Remember when you said he wasn't
give it to him?
He better.
Do you think they'll give it to him?
They have to. He's Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, he's Ben Roethlisberger.
They have to. They literally would have to sit here and be like, all right, man. But they're gonna try this. We're gonna give you a short leash. They're gonna try everything they can Get his ass out of there. But
Yeah,
if he says he wants to come back, he's coming back.
yeah.
But didn't they change his contract where he only had 1 year left?
Yep.
They restructured it so he'd be a free agent if he came back.
Yep.
And nobody would want him.
What's crazy is the Cowboys got that L, right? And yeah, I mean it could have been it was a controversial last play or whatever, but as soon as the game over, Cowboy, like they always do, it's always got some type of excuse.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Mm-hmm. Harsh torn ACL injury.
I didn't know this because the Cowboys couldn't get the run game to go at all. And I thought it was just San Fran's defense being like really good. But that makes sense. It was really
trash.
good.
Pollard was trash too. Pollard was trash. So. But yeah, Cowboy James, I told you after the game, it was just 8,000 excuses. The rap, Dak, the play call, the I mean, what everything except we fucked up. That's what happened.
I love what Jerry Jones said after the game. He simply said they have too much talent to not have a certain level of success. They have too much talent.
That was Dylan's exact argument last week. There's too much talent on this team for them.
Because I remember when you were talking about your Cowboys making the Super Bowl, I was like, I look at this Cowboys team and it's like on paper they look excellent, but it's just not translating to the field. I don't know why. Like all the pieces are there. Like
their offensive play calling is an anomaly to me. Is an absolute anomaly to me. That you have,
and that's besides focus, right?
It's focus. It's just discipline. It's anything that you could think of that leads to success when it comes to winning in the trenches was thrown out the window. And then you just, I don't know which one's calling the plays, whether it's Kellen Moore or Mike McCarthy, but you cannot play winning football the way they were calling these plays. Like, CeeDee Lamb was non-existent in this game. And it's not like the Niners have great corners either. Like, usually it's Amari Cooper who disappears in games. CeeDee Lamb was non-existent.
Didn't exist. And the couple catches he did have got wiped out because of penalties.
So it's like, all right, so how are we going to heat check this guy if he can't get hot, can't get him the ball? Wilson, number one. Oh, my God, does he fucking stink. He is they missed.
Are you talking about that wide open one? That one that he dropped where he had the dot. That's a hard catch.
There's a couple where I was like, dude, you got to make these fucking plays. This is the playoffs, and you play for the Cowboys. You have to make these catches.
Yeah.
Like, they missed Michael Gallup so much.
I'm not gonna. That's not an excuse. They got more than enough. I'm
not saying they don't have more than enough, but like when they needed something, they couldn't get it. Dalton Schultz was balling, but it seemed like he was the only one. It really seemed like Dalton Schultz was. And then you had the one pass to Amari Cooper that like was the touchdown in a few plays, but like,
and
man,
it was pretty. And it was
pretty. It was great play.
It was pretty, and you look at it, and you go, "Why can't they do that every time?" Because it was so pretty.
Because it's like if you're Jerry Jones, and again, I'm bringing up again, you have to be so frustrated because you look at the rest of the division. The Giants aren't worth talking about. The Eagles are straight up bums. The Washington football team, they're a quarterback away from being dangerous.
They were Ryan Fitzpatrick away from playing competitive football this year.
Exactly, a Ryan Fitzpatrick. You know, they're literally the Denver Broncos of the NFC. Like seriously, like, and you have a division in shambles, and you can't take advantage of that. I think the Cowboys were 6-0 in the division this year, if I'm not mistaken.
They should be.
They should be because the Eagles are fucking frauds.
The Eagles
are exactly who I thought they were.
We found out that the Eagles have no defense and they have a very generic offense.
And Jalen Hurts stinks.
And Jalen Rager stinks too.
Mike, you're not going to sit here and tell me after this game that Jalen Hurts doesn't stink.
He doesn't. He had a bad game.
But this is all I know of Jalen Hurts. Every time I watch the Eagles, this is the Jalen Hurts that I see.
Well, let me ask you a question. Does Kyler Murray stink? Because he had just as bad of a game.
A terrible game. I see Jalen Hurts play like this more than I see Kyler Murray play like that.
Okay, well, I'm just saying. I don't think Jalen sucks.
Jalen Hurts did not.
Day.
Overthrowing receivers.
He had a horrible day.
overthrowing receiver. When he has to throw the ball more than 23 times, it puts the Eagles in such a bad spot because he can't rely on his arm.
He needs to one receiver though.
He's wildly inconsistent, but he's not a bad quarterback. Again, Jalen Reagor is
smart. I think he's smart and he's trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Physically does not have the ability to do it.
But the thing is, he's not getting that much help either. Jalen
Reagor's trash.
Utter bum. He's an utter bum. Ruggs has more receiving yards than him.
That's also one of my favorite stats. And he killed a lady and hasn't played.
Yeah, he hasn't played since week 8, and he still finished the season with more reception yards than Reagor. Reagor is absolute trash.
You're also in a spot where you have their tight end, who's fantastic.
Dallas Goedert.
He
can play.
And the fact that they couldn't get Devontae Smith the ball more than they were getting him the ball because he was open almost every play. I went back and I watched a lot of it.
Why are we acting like they don't play good defense?
I'm not saying they don't play good defense, but where Tampa's strong, Philly is just as strong, right? Tampa's strong in the trenches. Philly's strength is their offensive line, and they were strong in the trenches.
And their offensive line looked trash against Tampa Bay.
But guess who was open on like every single play? Devontae Smith. I saw Jalen Hurts overthrow his receivers terribly, and even when the receivers get open, putting the ball in bad places that could put your receivers in even worse situations. He almost got Devontae Smith 4 times.
I think it was the pressure, man. I just think it's the playoff pressure.
First playoff game.
And it's also what happens when you talk about the Cowboys not playing anybody. The Eagles literally didn't play anybody.
They didn't play anybody.
The Eagles literally feasted on bad teams that they played.
They wasn't ready for that kind of talent.
Well, they have the same schedule. They're both in the NFC East, I mean,
I feel like the Eagles would have played better or put up more of a fight if Gardner Minshew played.
I don't think so.
And I will skip by that.
I think I agree with that. I think I kind of do agree with that.
I will die on that hill that Jalen Hurts isn't great. Jalen Hurts, the only reason he's sticking around now is because he had a pretty good year. But, man, they should be looking to replace him as soon as they can.
Well, they're not even committing to him for the starter next year.
But he will somehow be the starter next year because this year's draft is not very good. If they won't get a quarterback unless, Matt Corral falls. And if they have 3 picks in the first round, if they're at pick 19 and Corral from Ole Miss is there and they don't take him, they're stupid.
They're crazy.
They're stupid. But they need to start replacing, Jason Kelsey. He's 40. You got to start getting a guy to replace him. Tyler Linderbaum from Iowa is fantastic and should do that too. They need to go get Treylon Burks from Arkansas at wide receiver, which is terrible because them picking Jalen Reagor, who was a 3rd-round talent at best in that draft when Justin Jefferson was the next pick.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Well,
I hate everything about that Philly team.
Before we move on to this week, I guess, this week's picks, I just got to bring these 2 graphics up one more time. I just got to run this up one more time.
The bum Vegas Raiders.
I do like that white jersey, though. I might top that one, too. Might give me a Waller one.
Of what player?
Waller. Give me a Waller one.
If he's not traded.
Oh, God. Nah, but real quick, before we continue, I just want to say, honestly, I'm really happy for the Rams. I'm happy for Matthew Stafford, OBJ, and Von
Shout out to OBJ.
Yes.
Shout
out to Mike, because Mike said that was going to happen. But nobody listens to me on this show. Shout
out to OBJ. Proven to everybody. Mike, the wide receiver in the 2 bad situations wasn't the problem.
Hey.
I know you had a bad week, Anthony, but I just want to bring this up because the only game that I got wrong was your bum ass Raiders. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, you did pick your Raiders to win that game.
Don't worry, the only game I got wrong was my Super Bowl pick, so fuck me.
So I mean, this is next week. This is
Yeah, we kicking it off, baby. We kicking it off.
Divisional round.
Can't wait.
You know what my favorite part about this is? There's no Raiders on this.
Yeah,
There's no Raiders on this. And it makes me happy.
and after this week, there won't be no Titans, no Packers, no Rams, and no Bills.
Oh, so those are your picks right there?
Yep.
Bengals.
Right. Look it.
Bengals, Niners. Who else?
Tampa and Kansas City.
Well, someone who hates Kansas City.
I said the Bills. My bad. Not Kansas. I said the Bills.
You said no Bills.
Did I say no Bills? Oh,
You
okay.
said
My
no
bad.
Bills.
Yeah, Kansas City. My bad. Kansas City.
Just admit that you like the Chiefs. Just admit it.
I respect the Chiefs.
You love the Chiefs.
I respect the Chiefs.
You idolize the Chiefs.
You love the Mahomes.
I'm not going to talk. I can't say anything to a team that routinely blows us out the fucking water every year.
At least you admit that.
Nah, like a drum.
That's like a drum.
I think they beat us by combined, what was it, like almost 80 points or 70 or something this season?
86-14 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
86-4. It was bad. It was fucking bad.
I love it. Do it more. I can't wait to see it.
That's why, as long as we sweep the Broncos and we sweep the Chargers and we at least take one from them.
You don't sweep the Chargers, though.
I said that if we at least take one from them, I could deal with our seasonal beatings from Kansas City. There's 17 games in the season.
Who's going next? Dylan, you up?
I'll go. Give me the Chiefs. Give me the Rams. Give me the Niners. And I'm sorry, Mike. Give me the Bengals. If you're facing anybody else, I'd be right there rooting for you. But I love Joe Burrow, and it's very hard to not roll with the Bayou Bengals. Who dey? Who dey, baby?
Yeah, every analyst I have seen has picked the Bengals. Like, no one is picking Tennessee.
It's just one of those things where this is circumstantial. Where it's like the Bengals are the hot team and the Titans are coming off the bye, coming off of a great season. But then I don't know what Derrick Henry is going to be coming off that injury. And a foot injury is nothing to joke around about. And I'm fully prepared for him to be tractor seat, though, and keep going and be great and run the ball and kill everyone. But then there's also a part of me that's like, maybe they put him on a pitch count, which would make no sense. And then is Julio
Just
playing?
don't play him if that's the case.
Exactly. So it's like, is Derrick Henry going to be like Derrick Henry, and is Julio Jones going to play? Like, I don't know.
Mike Vrabel hasn't really been talkative when it's come to Henry's progress. It's just still more of the same talk. We got to see his footwork. We got to see his drill.
I'm not trying to shit on the Titans at all. It's just,
to know.
It's hard for
now,
it's just hard for me to pick them based on the circumstances. If it was any other team, like if you were playing the Raiders this game, I would have picked them. And if y'all were playing the Bills, I probably would have picked y'all too. But there's just something about this Bengals team where I have this weird feeling that the first time the Bengals get a playoff win also is the first time they make it to the AFC Championship game since 1990. And they have themselves one of those magical seasons because Joe Burrow's fantastic. So, I'm sorry, Michael.
It makes sense to me. Val, I do see that you picked the Rams, which I do not agree with. How do you see the Rams beating the Buccaneers?
By playing the same type of football that they played yesterday.
The Buccaneers aren't the Cardinals.
The Buccaneers also have less weapons than the Cardinals do currently.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
All right.
I'm positive. The only thing is, if the Bucs can establish the run, the Rams are in for a long game. But the Bucs are not healthy at running back. Didn't stop them going against Philly because Philly fucking just stinks. But if the Bucs can't establish the run, it's going to be a tough game because if Brady has to drop back a million times, there's a certain guy who rushes the edge on the Rams that is famous for having a playoff game where he ruined Tom Brady's life. Alongside with future Hall of Fame finalist DeMarcus Ware and Von Miller, who also has a future Hall of Famer rushing the quarterback again on his team this year. There's a history between Mike Evans and Jalen Ramsey that nobody likes to talk about, where they don't like each other, and Jalen Ramsey and Mike Evans have fought on the field before. So Mike Evans is also like a mental midget. So if you're able to get into his head, he disappears off the face of the earth. Ask Marshawn Lattimore. He does it to him consistently twice a year. So this could be one of those games where it's like...
It's going to be a close one, I'll say that.
It could be a close one, but then it's like... There's this factor of a guy who wears number 3 in LA right now that's coming to prove the world wrong. And he's been doing it ever since he's gotten to LA and OBJ, man. And the Bucs don't have an answer for Cooper fucking Kupp, Odell Beckham Jr., and Matt Stafford.
But you just don't bet. You don't bet against TB12, man.
I usually don't, but I might. I might this time.
My picks are going to be. Oh no, go ahead.
No, all I was gonna say again. I know it's just picks, but I just like doing scores. That's just me. I said Chiefs gonna win. That game's gonna be 35-27 Chiefs. Buccaneers, I got them winning 27-24. Niners, that's going to be a close one. I say 21-19 Niners. And I got the Bengals thrashing the Titans. That's going to be like 37-10. That's going to be a blowout.
I do have to bring up how fuck Anthony. Never mind.
Before you continue, since I was just doing a recap on all the games, I think the Niners can ball control Aaron Rodgers and keep them off the field. And their defense has been playing great. Rodgers against the NFC West, but we'll see. Rodgers is a bad man, and I would be surprised if they won. But I love this idea of the Niners running the table, so I'm rolling with Anthony on this one. And the Chiefs, Pat Mahomes is just the best, so they're going to win.
My pick is going to be the Titans, Packers, Bucks, Chiefs.
He's going all the top seeds.
Yeah, all the top seeds.
Those are safe.
Nah, man. Nah, that's not. I mean, it continues.
He kind of has to because he has Chiefs and Packers, so he's going to pick the Chiefs and the Packers. So, and he's a Tom Brady fan, so.
I'm a Patriots fan. I do believe Tom Brady and the Buccaneers are going to beat them, though. And the Titans, I'm just giving Mike some grace because you guys are not respecting the top seed team.
I respect them. It's just there's a lot of questions.
The thing I was going to say,
I'm Anthony saying that they're going to fucking get run through any team they play, no matter who they play. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. The only thing that I was going to say is that Mike, you got that 2-liter of zero sugar ginger ale?
I do. I'm glad you brought
that L, baby boy.
I'm glad you brought that up because I am willing. I'm willing to double up on that since clearly Anthony clearly thinks we're going to lose by 4 touchdowns. So if you want to give me 28 points on the Titans, I will double that up.
We go from a can of ginger ale to a 12-pack.
Yeah,
it's double or nothing. Double or nothing. Fuck that. That's like what's the word for 12? 12 or nothing.
28 points, like
27 points.
You think it's gonna be a 27-point fucking win?
I have the Bengals winning 37-10.
37-10. 37-10.
Anthony, the Titans are better than the Raiders.
You want me to not be insulted and say that y'all think my Titans are trash? Okay.
I didn't say that. I don't endorse that. Y'all are gonna Nick fan me.
Hold on.
Y'all ain't doing that to me.
Wait.
It don't feel good, do it, Dylan.
Wait.
But y'all are the hive mind. I'm not the hive mind here.
Wait, what did I say last week? I said the Bucs were gonna blow the Eagles out. I said the score was gonna be 33-13. The score was 31-15.
You did.
I'll give you that.
I'm confident with all my picks. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It is what it is. I'm 2-2 right now. The Bengals are winning 37-10. That's just my gut feeling. I'm going with my gut feeling. As far as taking your bet,
no way in the divisional round.
You got
like that.
I'm gonna need you to give me some time to think about it. I need like 10 minutes to think about it. So
if they beat them, you know what? I'm getting in this now. If the Bengals beat the Titans by that outrageous number, I'll give you a 12-pack or whatever the fuck you want. But like, there's no way that's happening.
You don't see that.
No, because the Titans are better than the Raiders, and y'all lost by a score.
Yeah, but the Bengals are better than the Titans.
And the Bengals were in Cincinnati. They're going to be in Tennessee for this game.
But matchups, though. You got to think about the matchups, man.
You got to think of matchups the other way, too. If you have A.J. Brown, Julio Jones, Derrick Henry, that is a tough matchup. Nobody has answers
but
for that.
Julio and Derrick Henry are both question marks. A.J. Brown's going to have to go off. That's a given. He's going to have to go off. All right? Derrick Henry, you can only hope that there's minimal rest. You can only hope. And he hasn't played since, week 8 or 7 against the Colts? Way back.
Like, I feel you, but I feel like that's just so disrespect to this Titans team.
It's not. The Titans are an amazing football team.
But you have them getting their ass waxed by 27.
How many great football teams this year, Dylan, got their ass waxed this year?
It doesn't happen like that in the playoffs, man. Not in the divisional
round. What are you talking about?
The divisional
last
round?
Week? Yes,
in the divisional round, this doesn't happen.
It does.
It doesn't.
It's not often.
The only reason
but
it happens in the wild card is because they added the extra playoff team, so they added the bum of the bum, the best of the bums to get into the playoffs. So you see constant ass whoopings. Like, that's how that works. Like, that's literally it. But like in the divisional rounds, you don't really see games like that. Like I don't like if the Bengals are going to win, it's going to be by like a field goal or a touchdown off of like their last possession, and the Titans have to hope Tannehill can get the ball down the field in like 30 seconds.
Look, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
That's how I see it.
I'm predicting a slaughterhouse in Nashville. That's just how it is for me.
The murder in Music City.
And I told my brother, I told George the same thing. I was like, dude, I know you're confident. It's not gonna happen. Sorry, man. It's not gonna happen. It's just a bad matchup. If it was Kansas City, if it was Kansas City or Buffalo, I would give Tennessee the win. I'll be honest with you. I would pick Tennessee over both those teams.
So do you have Cincinnati in the Super Bowl now that your Raiders are out?
We haven't gotten that far yet. We haven't gotten that far yet.
But if it was Buffalo or Kansas City, Tennessee would win.
I think Tennessee would beat them.
But because it's the Bengals, Tennessee's going to get blown out. But the Bengals are not better than Buffalo or Kansas City.
No.
So we have a deal? We have a deal?
What is this math?
Wait.
What is this football math? It doesn't make
any sense. I
can see what he's saying. I can see what he's saying. It's not.
I said 15 minutes, Mike.
It's not logical, but I can see what he's saying. The reason what he's saying is based on matchups, he can see them beating the Titans. But yes, clearly those other teams are better, but he's saying based on matchups, this can happen.
But you can't see the Bengals beating the Chiefs?
What was that?
You can't see the Bengals beating the Chiefs when they had a massive comeback win this year. Like they can do it.
No, but
I think it's probable. But like they could do it.
But that game was in Cincinnati. Like this game's gonna be an Arrowhead. Like that crowd's gonna be crazy. I just give the Chiefs that home field, And then again,
I know where it's coming from.
We're talking about the Bills again. Cold Buffalo again. Home field. I still think the Bills are a slightly better team anyway. They're more consistent too. But when we're talking Tennessee, Bengals are better. They're a better team than the Titans. I said, if I'm wrong, I'll eat my words. I will eat my word. I don't know about the 12 leader yet.
More than that, because you thought this intro was crazy. Wait till the fucking Titans win.
You know where this comes from? This comes from Anthony wishing, hoping that his Raiders won game 1, and they were supposed to face the Titans, and he wanted them to beat the Titans. Remember the whole "we going to Nashville, baby"? Remember that? That's where it's stemming from. I got all of these things clipped up in my head, man. Trust me. But you gotta
look at it like this though. I wouldn't root. Why would I root for a team that just beat my Raiders? I would like. You gotta understand that,
Because
you're doing it.
Because it's Cincinnati. That's my baseball town. Cincinnati.
Yeah. If it makes sense.
By the way, I just placed an order for a new Joey Votto jersey because mine's ripped. but I just wanted to listen.
That's going to be real good use to you when they don't play this year.
I still don't understand how your sports things works, but we'll get to that another time.
Hey,
So,
baseball season is months away.
I just want to know if we have a deal, because once you agree to the deal and then I explain to you why everything you said is wrong, I know once I do that, you won't want to do the deal. So I just want to make
you're showing your hand now.
I just want to.
Yeah, Mike, you shouldn't have did that.
Just say yes. Have the courage of your conviction, as Mr. Bayless would say. Have the courage of your conviction.
Before I agree to this deal, I want to show you the soda.
Why don't you be some like Brazilian ginger ale?
It blew my mind when he said that last week. Oh, zero sugar ginger ale. I was like, what?
Watch it be like, if this isn't Canada Dry, I'm gonna be really upset.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only ginger ale that's acceptable. You look like a Schweppes guy, you fucking bum.
Seagram.
What are you about to pull up? Because
watch it be like some solid gold ginger.
Seagrams.
Zoa, oh, the Rocks energy drink.
Yep.
Oh, we're upgrading.
Yes, we are.
Pack of Zoa. Hell yeah. I'm in on that too. But only if the Bengals win by 27, then
if the Bengals, I'm making this official right now. If the Bengals win by 27, I will get you a 12-pack of your choice. I mean, no, if they don't cover the 27, if the Titans win. Wait, what was your deal again? What was the deal again?
You're
the
giving
Bengals
me
either
27 points.
So the Bengals have to win by 27 points.
Okay, they have to win by 27 or more.
If they win by 24, you lose.
Okay, all right. So I will get you a 12-pack of your choice.
Oh no, we're gonna keep it classy. Orange soda. We'll stay with.
Am I in on this now?
Oh, that's between y'all.
I'm Anthony. Am I in? Because I'm in on the Zoa. I'm in on the Zoa.
Chill, bro. That's a lot of money, man. I can show y'all the price for a reason.
I don't care. I'll buy it.
I don't want Zoa.
I do.
I want a 12
we support
pack
Dwayne over
orange,
here.
Orange soda. That's what I want.
Fanta? Are we Fanta orange soda?
I'll go with a 12-pack of Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. Ooh, I ain't trying to. If I lose, I ain't trying to lose to two people. That's double the money, man. I'm good, man.
You don't have to pay up immediately. We can.
Huh?
You don't have to pay up.
We'll do
immediately.
a payment plan.
Got you on
Such a
credit.
cheapskate. You can't afford. You don't want to pay up 2 12-packs.
Man, bruh.
I got you on credit. I got you,
bruh. I got bills to pay, man. I ain't got time for
a Coke a week for 12 weeks.
A Coke a week, all right.
For 12 weeks.
Nah, but Mike, hold on. When I do cover this spread, I not only do I want the Zoe, I want you to autograph each and every can. So all 12 cans, I want your autograph on them. All right.
I love this.
That is pretty damn good. Okay. We have,
and you have to record yourself doing it, so I can put it in the pod. You have to record yourself doing it, so I can put it in the pod as like a credit scene or something.
Oh man!
And Anthony, I need a video of you buying it. Gotta think of the content, sir.
I want a video of you buying it with your Raiders gear on.
The deal and deal.
All right, fellas, shake on it.
So, what? Yeah.
There you go. Good job.
Fine.
So Anthony, do you know how long Derrick Henry's been injured?
A minute.
2 months. Did you know that in that time since he's been injured, the Titans have averaged more rushing yards since before he got hurt? Did you know?
And how many of those games were against the Bengals?
None of them were. But
so why do I care? But why do I care about the Jaguars and Texans and Colts? Like, why do I care about these teams?
Because during that time, we did that to the Rams. We did that to the Niners. We did that to Buffalo. Well, no, not Buffalo. He got hurt after the Buffalo. But We've actually done that to playoff teams since then. There's this guy on our team. He actually is pretty good. He's not MVP Derrick Henry good.
Dante Foreman.
Yeah, that guy. That guy that you just mentioned. Yeah, he can run the ball too. So
He's okay.
So when you add him and add Derrick Henry on a pitch count, that just kind of enhances our run game, which I don't know how long you've been watching football, but the best way to stop a high-powered offense is to keep them on the bench. Do you want to guess which team is in the top 5 on third down conversions? You want to take a guess who's in there? You take a guess?
I'm trying to figure out why this matters for the playoffs. But
you want to take a guess who has a top 10 defense right now? You want to take a guess?
The Nashville Titans.
You want to take a guess at what team had the third best home record in the AFC this year?
The Nashville Titans.
You want to take a guess? You want to take a guess where this game getting played this on Saturday?
One of the most mediocre home fields in the NFL. One of the most mediocre ones. All right.
Do you guys want to see Anthony's face? So what's going to look like after the Titans cover the 27? He's be sitting there buying the soda, just taking a picture just like that, looking at the cashier, explaining how he lost a bet.
He's gonna be looking at the cashier like this.
I can't believe you better if you feel so strong, you better gamble that. You better put like $2 on a 27-point spread. And, oh God!
I'm just letting you know that everybody seems to forget that we do have Dante Foreman, who is really good. Tennessee's offense has not missed a beat, even with Julio Jones being in and out, because that guy that you said, I don't know if A.J. Brown can do that.
A.J. Brown does it.
That is a legitimate number one receiver.
He does.
Julio Jones is our number 2, and there's no question about it.
He's not a number 2. He's a number who, all right? I don't know when Julio... I don't know when that man's been on the field. I'm gonna need some recordings of him. Like I don't. This whole Julio. Come on, man. I don't know about this Julio stuff, man. You might have to backtrack on the Julio part. But like AJ Brown, I absolutely agree. He's a number 1 receiver when he's not holding on to his hamstring every other play. All right. So my thing is, Mike, I'm not putting it past you to be banged up. I don't care about no week off.
We're not banged up.
The Bengals.
That's what makes it fun for me because we're not banged up.
The Bengals, I'm going to take the words of a certain somebody. They're going to beat that ass like a drum.
Can we get that trademarked?
Oh, that's definitely going to be the first merch.
That's a shirt. That's gotta be a shirt.
That's a shirt.
Beat that ass like a drum.
That is definitely
gotta get that audio as a punch.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter to me because the Jets beat both these teams. And if either one of y'all make the Super Bowl, I'm the winner. This is the Couldn't Be the Jets Bowl, sponsored by
No one.
The Can't Be the Jets Bowl, sponsored by Speak On a Podcast.
But to answer your question, I have Tennessee winning.
No.
I'm with you, Dylan. I really, really want to pick the Niners.
So I did it. Are you jumping in the deep end with me?
But Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. I can't bet against. Not in the first playoff game. I can't.
I'm trying to get Aaron Rodgers out of here before he reaches the boss level and loses.
I can't. I think obviously the Rams are going to win. That game has me actually not as nervous as you may think. This Buffalo-Kansas City game has me nervous.
Yep.
So I think Tennessee can beat Buffalo again.
I also think so.
I'm not sure if we're good enough to beat Kansas City twice in 1 year. But I do think Kansas City will and should beat Buffalo. So I'm gonna pick Kansas City. I'm gonna pick Kansas City begrudgingly because I would not gonna lie, would much rather face Buffalo, but I just can't. I mean, they could do it. Let me not disrespect. Buffalo definitely could go in there and win that game, but I just don't think. I think it's gonna be too loud. It's gonna be too much.
I don't think Buffalo can beat them again in the season. And I think that Steelers game was enough to get them super confident and just go in there. Like, they just went to the gym and just jogged for like an hour.
The
and
only
like
thing
felt
that,
nice.
The only
like
thing
that's
that
what that
makes
was.
me feel good about that, Dylan, though, is they literally have played Pittsburgh 2 of the last 3 weeks. Buffalo ain't Pittsburgh. So
Buffalo also caught Kansas City like right before they got hot.
Yeah. So did we. We were the last team to beat them before they got hot.
Mm-hmm.
They lost to us and was like, "Oh hell no,
You're about to have the Patrick Mahomes revenge tour against the Bills and the Titans."
So,
actually, it's a revenge tour against all these because they've lost to all three of these teams left.
All three. They lost to all three. Kansas City's itching.
Kansas City doesn't care. Anytime, any place. That's how they see it. Anytime, any place. Like Adrian Broner said, call me the can man because anybody can get it. That's how they're feeling right now.
So there we go. We will lock those picks in. We will update this bracket next week. We will update this next week.
I don't like those X's. I feel excluded.
Let's go, James.
Man, if San Fran wins, it knocks out literally everybody but Mike.
Yeah.
And then Mike, like, default wins. If San Fran pulls up that upset, it's a sweep.
So let's move on. I don't know how we want to do this. It was an interesting NBA week.
And we fucking lost to the damn Timberwolves.
Yeah. Evan Fournier again. But let's jump right into it. The real big news of the week. Kevin Durant, unfortunately, I don't wish injury on anybody.
Yeah,
Anthony
I don't
does.
either.
Anthony, you literally did. You literally said you're glad it happened.
That's not true.
You literally said, and I quote, even when I lose, I win.
I don't remember saying that.
You literally said, and I quote, I'm going to put the screenshot up. Pull Kevin Durant down real quick. I'm putting it up right here. Yeah. If you lose, you win.
I don't remember
you
saying that.
You rooted for a Kevin Durant injury.
No.
You fucking bum.
That's not true.
Am I on panic level 10? It has taken me a while to get here, but boy, is panic level 10 here, ladies and gents, and it's not great.
That was going to be my first question, Dylan, because me and you had this conversation last week before KD got hurt. I asked you what your panic level was. Now,
we jumped up 6 points, ladies and gents.
What is going on? KD is out. They say 4 to 6 weeks. I hope it's sooner. NBA
they're saying it should be close to the 6th week.
But now it just further complicates things. James Harden's gonna have to figure it out. He's gonna have to turn into Houston James Harden, or Brooklyn's really gonna be in trouble. Like the East is very tight. Like every game matters right now, and James Harden is gonna have to figure it out because obviously Kyrie is not there half the games, so he's gonna have to figure this out.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like even if you take like the Cleveland win, right, or the Cleveland loss that we took yesterday, James Harden kind of figured it out. Kyrie Irving, like Anthony, that's not even the conversation right now. Like Kyrie Irving balled out. Kyrie Irving is the single reason we were in that game to begin with, carrying from a late third quarter to early fourth quarter run, just knocking down every shot he took. Like that's the type. Even when he doesn't play, if it was consistent Kyrie and James Harden, I'd be okay. because they play well together. They play very well together because they're opposites. It's James Harden's going to try to control tempo and run it his way, and Kyrie Irving's just going to say, "Let's go get buckets, get fouls, and let's get some shots up." So like they're the perfect opposites for each other that work. Where James Harden and Kevin Durant both try to pace it out, give Kevin the ball, let him work, kill clock, and do his thing, facilitate what he needs to. Kyrie's just going to 3 seconds in the shot clock. Let's go. Let's create more possessions. Let's get it up, more shots up. But like, I'd feel better about these next month and a half if we would have won yesterday, because then that's like a statement win against a team that's playing really hot in Cleveland. But LaMarcus Aldridge is a fucking bum who missed 2 point-blank layups down fucking 5. Two of them down the stretch where James Harden draws in the last 5 minutes 3 3-point fouls. Shooting fouls.
I just want to point out that he drove to the hole and he kicked it to the corner, and I don't know who shot it, but he missed.
Edwards.
I just want to point out that I've, not on this podcast, but for years, I've sat here and watched LeBron James do that exact same thing and get killed for it, and nobody says a word when James Harden does it. Just want to point that out.
It's a good play regardless of who does it.
It's the right basketball
it's the smart basketball play to make. You give up the contested shot at the rim for the open 3.
For the wide open
100% of the time you make that play. And
but then James Harden came and did James Harden and threw a terrible pass to Kyrie. And
don't get me fucking started on this bum, man.
Oh, James
There's
Harden,
some games where James Harden can do no wrong, and then there's every other game. There's literally every other game. If there's a 5-game stretch, 3 to 4 of those games, I'm ready to kill him.
Dylan, kill him. We're going to start a trend. We're going to start a thing here because every week I'm going to come in here and I'm going to ask you, am I right about James Harden yet? Every week. I said this the moment you got him, he was going to be the reason you didn't get the chip. From the moment.
But he's not the reason we're not getting the chip, though. He's not. Because in the 16 games we've seen them play, they're 13-3. And they all coexist and they play well. Are we not going to talk about that ass whooping that we put up on Chicago? Because that happened.
It was all good for one night. It was all good for one night.
We went into Chicago and we beat that ass like a drum. Levine, DeRozan, Lonzo, Vucevic.
Levine got hurt.
Levine was playing the whole game.
He got hurt in the first half. He got hurt.
Not my problem. Don't play. Not my problem. Don't play.
Here we go.
He said, "Not my problem."
Not my problem.
Here
but
we go.
They couldn't figure it out. That's kind of where I figured out what Chicago is, and I think it's a weird thing to say, with it being 30-something. Literally the halfway point, 42 games of the season at this point.
And then the 1 seed.
And they're the 1 seed.
But
they're not a team. They shoot a good 3-point percentage, but they don't shoot a lot of threes.
They're the polar opposite of the Knicks from last year. The Knicks was all defense, no offense. This Bulls team has really, really good offense, and they are suspect on defense.
It depends.
Suspect.
They're super efficient in what they do on offense, but if they get down, they can't come back.
They can't come back.
They don't have the 3-point shooting that's necessary because Lonzo's a spot up, Caruso's a spot up, Levine's not going to be doing no pull up.
Caruso's coming back next week, right?
My man Caruso's coming back though.
And then it's like DeRozan. It seemed like DeRozan in that Nets game had 50 because it seemed like every time he came down and got a basket, he made it every single time. And I'm like, oh, he only had 22 points. I was like, oh, all right. Maybe where was his damage? Oh, it was literally all on mid-range jumpers. He didn't drive. He didn't shoot threes. That's it. So I'm like, all right, maybe DeRozan's having a great year, but maybe he is what we all thought he is.
I think they're tired. They're ready for this All-Star break. I think they're tired. They went on a big stretch in the beginning. They took the number one speed, and now they're getting injured and they're tired. They need their rest. But I do think that this is just all a surprise, and they might be who they really are soon because this was all adrenaline probably in the beginning of the season. But we'll see. I mean, it's still halfway point.
Still a whole lot of basketball left, and man, am I feeling like we're in trouble.
You feel like the Nets are in trouble?
Yeah.
You know why they're in trouble, James? Because they're gonna mess around and they're gonna fall into that playing game, and then they're gonna win that play.
I wouldn't say that.
They're gonna win that playing game, and they're gonna get the 7 seed. And you know who they're gonna run into in the first round? Cue it up, Anthony. They're gonna run into that guy Giannis in the first round.
Yeah, no, that's not a playoff series I want to play first.
Yeah,
That is not the playoff series I want first, but I also
But Bill,
think
what was our
that
bet
narrative was
about
trash.
that one? I think we made a bet about that one too. What bet did we make a couple?
No, we made a bet that Giannis was going to win the title or go to the finals.
Was it eliminate Yacht or win the title?
It was win the title. You said he was going to go win the title because I can't take the eliminate bet because there's a possibility we literally don't meet them.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's why I wouldn't take that bet.
What did we bet again? I don't even remember.
I don't remember. It was beans.
Oh, okay. Okay, we.
It was 150 beans, vacuum sealed, counted individually, cleaned in front of me.
Can't put a price on that, man.
But
Yo, Anthony's bets are like
they're the worst.
modern civilization bets. I want to bet you coins and gold. Bet you marbles.
I'll bet you the
cattle.
Encyclopedia Britannica that Giannis will
I
win
want
into
to
the
bet
finals.
you. I want to bet you the almanac. Like,
These
worst.
5 seashells and a pocket full of dirt.
Yeah, what the hell are these bets?
Worms that my son dug up in the backyard.
Oh my gosh!
Now, like with the way the roster is currently constructed, last year was the year we needed to win, and the injury gods didn't want it to happen. The injury gods are coming back, and they're taking Kevin Durant.
You would rather it
again.
now, though.
I'd rather it now, but last year I had it early and then I had it late. I had it both. That's why we only had 12 games with those 3. And to Mike's point, like we beat the shit out of the Chicago, and then the next night we lost. But that's with us voluntarily sitting fucking everybody, but James Harden, and James Harden showed up. Like, if this was James Harden from last year, I'd feel perfectly fine because he took this Nets team with nobody, with no Kyrie, with no KD, with just Joe Harris, Blake Griffin, and Jeff Green, and this cast of people who, if you put them together on any other roster, they're like the worst. And he went through a Western Conference road trip of 4 or 5 games and just cleaned house by himself. And I want that James Harden to play, but at least this week we have James Harden and Kyrie Irving every game to see, but it's a tough look, especially when all these rookies are playing. All these rookies are out here. We need somebody else. And LaMarcus Aldridge ain't it, man. Ain't it. He's good for a quick 15 off the bench, but he can't play defense, and he's missing easy layups at the rim. Those are gimmies, bro. You can't do that.
Once again, like I said, probably 3 episodes ago, I don't watch enough Brooklyn basketball to know about what's going on, those little small tangibles like him missing layups and stuff like that.
It's infuriating. But, like, no Kevin. You take Kevin Durant off of any team that he's on. Like, that's just like a dagger.
It's a huge blow.
Dagger. Massive
Definitely
blow.
a huge blow.
Especially, like, in the middle of this, like, MVP campaign that he's having.
Which he cannot win now.
I think he still can. With
Nah,
the
If
way
if Embiid loses
Embiid
last
has to
year,
hit a
I
stretch.
see.
Embiid has
if
to have a
Embiid-
stretch this year where he's not playing great, just like Steph.
No. Yeah. But I was saying, like, if Embiid can miss a few games like he did last year and then not get the MVP that he deserved,
That's what cost him last year.
The only thing I think
with
keeping
Durant.
Kevin in it is the fact that everybody else is kind of slumping right now. That's the only thing. And then right now, Embiid is hot. If Embiid hits his cold spell and like returns to earth a little bit, that gives Kevin a little bit more room to come up and maybe be a vote in. But like,
Missing 6
gotta take it
weeks,
out.
though.
There's a chance. There's not a 0% chance.
6 weeks is a long time, man.
He's not gonna be back till March, bro. Like,
It's not 0. It's not 0. It's like it's 1. And if you give me 1, there's still a chance. That's all I'm saying.
I just checked, by the way, too. Brooklyn is 4 games out of being in the play-in. So,
Well, that's just because the first like 6 seeds all separated by 3 games.
yep.
Like, isn't it like there's a 27? Like, what is it? The first and second seed all have 28 wins, and then third, fourth, fifth, and sixth have 27.
I'm not letting you get that off, Dylan, because when we were trying to tell you
I
that
don't
the
care.
Knicks are out
The
of
Knicks
the
are out.
fourth spot because of 3 games, you were like,
I never been but no, it is what it is. Like I'm at the end of the day, like if you're gonna ask me if I'm worried about a playoff spot, no.
No, you're gonna make the playoffs.
If you're gonna ask me which playoff spot I'm worried about that. Especially because Miami's like healthy now, or is working themselves out to be healthy.
Yeah.
And their team.
My man,
they're the 2 seed right now.
The mayor is back.
Bam.
you know who the mayor is? Who's the mayor?
Jimmy Butler.
Why are you the only one to answer?
Just in case they didn't know.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know
I
that.
thought we were
Butler's the
all
mayor.
talking about Bam Adebayo, and you're talking about Jimmy Butler.
No,
Oh,
Jimmy
man.
Butler's the mayor. You know why? He's the mayor of Clamp City. Clamp City. Yep.
I'm not giving you that. You can't
Clamp
have that.
City.
You can't have that. I'm not giving you that. You're not getting
Sounds
that.
like somebody's
Yeah, who's
raking
shoveling
ice.
snow?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
What?
Is that you, Anthony?
It must
Shoveling
have been you,
snow?
Anthony, because it stopped when you said
He's a
what?
huh?
Yeah. This guy here, man.
But we touched on Zach LaVine. How big of an injury? Well, let's stick on the Nets. No, let's stick on the Nets. I really am over talking about Kyrie Irving, but because of KD's injury,
Yeah.
and Kyrie coming out and saying this changes nothing for him, how do we feel this affects Brooklyn with Kyrie saying, I don't care, I'm still, he's not getting vaccinated. And now with New York City, as Dylan said, the Nets may not be able to get away with just paying a fine to letting him play. So, I mean, this really could be big for
It changed nothing.
Well,
It changes nothing. This is what it was. What it was for him to play away games. It changes nothing.
But my question is, does this force Brooklyn to go make a trade?
No.
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 They put trust into their players and their team, and they fight. They figure it out. That's the same thing I said about the Lakers. They put trust into their team, and they figure out. They might pick up some 10-day guys. That's it.
I think the Lakers situation.
But the 10-day is going to end in a few weeks, right? The 10-day on contract.
They have until mid-February.
Yeah, they got.
Yeah, it's going to end in a few weeks.
I think they got February 16th.
I think the Lakers situation is different because Russ's contract is just so ridiculous.
So bad.
They couldn't trade him if they wanted to. So I think that's the slight difference with the Lakers. But I mean, like you said, at this point, you're not going to have your starting point guard. Like it's cold red now, as Dylan said. It's cold red. They got to go get some help. The way James Harden is playing, they got to go get some help.
The way I'm seeing it is,
they got to go get some help.
I saw the value what the Pacers are asking for Miles Turner. Fucking do it. Go.
He broke his
He's
foot.
injured. He's injured.
Bring him in. Don't care.
He's going to be injured past the trade deadline and everything.
I was saying, Kevin Durant will be almost back by the time Miles Turner comes back.
Good. If we could go on a run where we secure a decent spot, and then you go into the playoffs and you have a guy like Miles Turner, because I see what he's saying.
He's looking to replace LaMarcus with Miles.
Yes, that's what I'm looking. I'm looking the long game here, because at the end of the day, again, I'm not worried about a playoff spot. I don't need Miles Turner to be in there and be this great thing. Like, I just need him to protect the rim and grab rebounds, because we don't have a real center, because Nick Claxton can't stay on the fucking court at all. And Daron Sharp has played great, but when he's in the game and he's getting, I shit you not, three in the key penalties on offense, which he did yesterday. Right? He's a rookie, but it's like, you can't do that. How long have you been playing basketball?
Yeah, you know how to play basketball, though.
You can't do that.
I played organized basketball as well too. It creeps up on you, and the speed is faster now.
I get it, but he got them all in the fourth quarter.
You gotta let these rookies have these
I know,
times.
And he's played great, and it's just like, but you can't do that. Like, we have Nick Claxton is the center that is switching on guards and playing defense on the perimeter. Daron Sharp is the center that you're putting on guys who have a bigger body, right? Like a guy like Vucevic, who Claxton, all these guys, he put in Vucevic throughout his career has been a net killer. has slaughtered the Nets his whole career. Daron Sharp goes out there and makes his life a little bit more difficult. Granted, will Daron Sharp go out there and get eaten by Joel Embiid? Yeah. But a guy like Miles Turner who could also stretch the floor and shoot you a couple threes and make them, that's not Blake Griffin shooting threes and missing them a lot. He's somebody who could help down the road. Bruce Brown, Javon Carter, and throw in one of these rookies, and then just a random pick we have, just go.
So let me ask you a question, Dylan. At this point, how much would you be willing to give up to go get Sabonis from the Pacers?
He doesn't do anything for me. He doesn't do anything, but he doesn't do anything to help me. If you bring Sabonis to my team, you put me in the exact same situation I'm in right now, where I still get killed inside.
I think
he's undersized.
He's a better facilitator, and he'll play smarter.
LaMarcus he can move.
But will he get
LaMarcus
eaten by a center? Will he get eaten by a center?
He'll get eaten by Joel Embiid, but I mean,
that's who I need him not to get eaten by. He'll get eaten by any.
I mean, Miles Turner gets eaten by Joel Embiid still.
But at least he gave me the size to where he can block a shot, maybe here or there. Where Sabonis will just be eaten alive size-wise, and it's going to be tough for him to play defense. At least if I got the length, I got something, right?
And
I don't think Sabonis gives me anything. He's great, but he doesn't give me anything.
Yeah, man, I don't know. And that's I think they just put trust into their guys, man. I don't think they sign anybody.
Sean Marks isn't going to go out there and do anything that he doesn't think is going to make the team better. And I trust in Sean Marks since he got there and brought in his guys and brought in guys on these cheap deals where you discover a Dinwiddie, a Bruce Brown, like all these guys that played well for the Nets and made the playoffs when we're projected to win 20 games. And you win 45 and make a couple playoff runs. I trust that guy. He knows what he's doing.
Just kind of shifting gears a little bit. Like, obviously, my football team is not there no more, so I have the Knicks to lean on. But apparently, it's not looking hopeful because at the end of the day, yes, I'm still kind of mad about the fact that we lost to the goddamn Timberwolves because I just took a quick look at our schedule and yeah, it's not looking like a cakewalk no more.
Hold on, before you continue, we just got a 3-team trade that just happened, filled with bums.
Woj bomb, Dylan bomb, drop the bomb.
Denver, Boston, and the Spurs. We have Juancho Hernan-Gomez going to the Spurs, Bryn Forbes going to the Nuggets, and Bol and PJ Dozier to the Celtics.
Don't.
I thought it was going to be a big
Celtics. Well, yeah, Bol broke his foot.
Yeah,
that's why they get rid of him.
He failed his physical with the Pistons.
Yeah. His broken foot. They're home. That's why they're home. I mean, Bol is good, man. Let that boy develop. Give him some playing time. He wasn't gonna hit that for Denver anyway. Too many positional players. Like what is he play? He's like a center guard.
At 7'3".
Yeah. I mean,
he has talent. His frame sucks. His frame is terrible because it's so thin. But it's so hard to be that height, that length, and hold weight. Like, that's tough. Especially when you're already, like, an adult. Like, that's hard.
He's a teenager, right? He's like 20, 19.
He's 20. He's an adult.
He got it, man. Giannis was very thin. KP was very thin. These guys, they put on weight over there.
Giannis is different because his structure, like genetics, played a lot into what Giannis is, right? Mm-hmm. And putting on muscle isn't as easy as people like think. It's not as simple as put on weight and then go work out and you'll get muscle.
Yeah, you gotta retain it.
You have to retain it, and your body structure and your genetics also depend on where it's proportioned to. Like when I work out, I get my muscles in my shoulders because I have broad shoulders, right?
I would have never.
If Bol were to work out, his frame is so slender, thin, and long. Where does he get the muscle built? That's where it's different. KD and Giannis are the same size, same weight.
KD
genetics
was very, very thin when he got into the league as well.
He's thicker now, but
He's
he doesn't.
thicker now.
He doesn't look like Giannis.
No, but again, Giannis and KD are the same height, same weight. Genetics play a complete difference into how their muscle is proportioned out. Bol being 7'2", 7'3", like 210 pounds, with just the body built like a pencil stick. I don't even know how he gets muscle and where it goes.
But I don't think I don't see him being like a muscular being on the court. I see him just like over time.
Yeah.
I just see him over time gradually gaining like 30 pounds, but you're not going to be able to see where it went. But you'll see that he won't be as you'll notice he's not as frail as before.
Yeah, he's got cancer patient body. He's real thin.
Timestamp.
And it's I don't know. Maybe it's something that we've seen, like, because even when he gets the weight, he has to, like, it goes back to he has to retain it, and it's so hard. You remember? Did you guys work with Breland?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 6'9", and he weighed when we were working there, I think 240, and he was just like, it is impossible for me to keep weight on.
Mm-hmm.
Impossible because the weight distribution. Now imagine that with 5 more inches of height.
But Breland is also not a paid athlete with trainers behind him. So the trainers, they'll find out they'll get a nutritionist for him, all those things.
But then
these teams, they pay for that.
The genetic thing of all big guys with their feet, and he's already got it now.
Hey, man, that happens. KD broke his foot times 2. Yao.
Broke his foot every other day.
Yeah, they have foot injuries. But the way that scientists today, they find ways to work around it, you know?
I hope he's able to figure it out, because he could be somebody who can really be that weird X factor of a player.
We saw it in the bubble. We saw it in the bubble. I mean, obviously the bubble was his own type of beast where like you didn't have any fans, these players that aren't used to like these big crowds in the moment and stuff like that. They was able to thrive in these situations because they don't have to worry about the pressure. You know, they just play. It's like pickup basketball. So we can see how he can affect the game. You know, I think it will take time.
I think this is also his second foot injury because he fell in the draft because he broke his foot at Oregon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why he fell in the second round. He was supposed to be like a top 15 pick. He was supposed to be a lottery pick. And then he broke his foot and missed out on the majority of his season and the tournament.
Mm.
So if this is one of those things where it's like a repeat injury thing, then it's like, oh, well, he's kind of doesn't really have a lot of stops left before he's relegated out of the league or relegated to the G League. And then he becomes Taco Fall.
Taco Fall, man. He didn't have any real talent, though. He was just really, really tall.
He's part of that Cleveland team of nothing but 7-footers.
Back to Zach LaVine.
He got waived.
He did. Oh.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
How much does this hurt Chicago's place in the standings? And do we think they can survive without Zach LaVine?
They'll be fine. How long is he out?
I haven't gotten a timetable yet.
What's his injury?
Indefinitely. Sprained knee.
If let's say he has the same timetable as Kevin Durant, right? Let's put a 4 to 6 week timetable on that team, on him and that team. I still think they're fine as far as making the playoffs. As a top seed, no. And if they want to go anywhere and move further, they have to be a top seed. Based on what I saw in a physical game.
Although it didn't help them last week.
No.
Woj tweeted that Zach LaVine underwent a MRI 3 days ago, revealed no significant structure damage to his left knee, and begun targeted therapy and will be reassessed next week. So he is not expected to miss any significant time.
But see, that's scary because they don't know what's wrong. That's what that means. They don't know what's wrong.
They should just load manage him. They should give him a couple games off, throw him in practice like it's normal, see what he's doing, and
Left knee? Is that the knee he tore his ACL in? Do we know?
I don't know.
I don't know. I hope
I
it's
cannot
not.
speak to that.
I hope it's not. But yeah.
Let's see.
I hope not. I hate injuries, man,
Yeah.
because you lose some good shit.
He was going to be starting in the All-Star game.
So was Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was going to be the captain. He'd probably still be the captain.
He probably still will be the captain.
For the second year in a row, captain of the All-Star team who doesn't play. Gets replaced by Domantas Sabonis.
But it might be Steph now. Steph might well no.
Well, Steph's West.
Yeah, I was saying, I don't know. Maybe it'll be Joel Embiid.
He has to get the votes.
Yeah.
Durant's running away with all these votes.
I don't know who's going to be in the East.
I don't know. It's a complete crapshoot now.
Maybe Giannis. It might be Giannis. Maybe Giannis can.
He's got to get the votes.
And Milwaukee can do something.
And I'll tell you what, Nets Twitter runs that shit. Durant
it'll be DeMar DeRozan. It'll be DeMar DeRozan because he just before Durant ran away a little bit, DeMar was running the East in votes.
Nets Twitter won't allow Kevin Durant not to have the most votes. I'll tell you that. My two fan bases that I love the most are for my teams at least are Nets Twitter and Jets Twitter because they don't let anything go by them. Zach Wilson has 3 Rookie of the Weeks just because of Jets Twitter.
Oh God.
And Nets Twitter is very involved. Yankees Twitter, on the other hand, is a cesspool of just fucking negativity, and I hate every minute of it.
James. Rise.
Right.
Negative all the time. Just negative.
About what?
Negative. The Yankees. Never satisfied.
What? You mean that's Raj? That's not me.
I be hating on the Yankees too, though. Only
thing I say about the Yankees, and me and you agree on this. He's so quick to forget. We agree that you can't go by the book with Boone.
100%.
That's it.
I will also defend Aaron Judge to the day I die. He could do no wrong, to me at least. So,
and I have no idea what guy we got of Cole in that playoff game. That's all.
We got
Cole is not on my good side right now.
Cole's dead to me. If we're gonna go that far, Cole's dead to me. If it came after I saw, I think it was one of the Tampa series in June. Him go out there and get shellacked, just hit all over the place, just give like 13 runs or 13 hits or some shit before getting pulled eventually. I'm just like, yo, if this is the Garrett Cole, if I have to start Garrett Cole in a playoff game, I may not because this may be the Garrett Cole that we get. And surely enough, it's the fucking Garrett Cole that we got, despite Aaron Judge playing hot and Stanton getting hot at the right time and staying hot. He was supernova. Stanton could do no wrong. If we would have made it to playoffs, we probably would have made a nice little run, and then he would have been like, oh, well, Stanton finally earned his fucking pinstripes.
Anthony, shut the hell up because your Cincinnati Reds can't even have a conversation. Okay?
Well, hey, we were doing good. Yes, we fell off towards the end, but we were doing good. All right. So I don't want to hear none of that.
Y'all are going to hold a candle to the Mets.
Huh? This.
Hey man,
like I said,
Steve Cohen is doing his best George Steinbrenner impression right now, and it fucking sickens me.
We were a playoff team last year, and we started declining towards the end. So we know what we need to do to get into that. Just get into that group. So I'm optimistic about this year.
Why do you like the Reds?
What was that?
Why do you like the Reds?
Are we talking about baseball or basketball right now?
Well, we've been talking about baseball, so we might as well do this. Why do you like the Reds?
I feel like talking about basketball right now.
Why do you like the Knicks?
Because I like the Knicks.
Why?
It's a family thing.
Okay, so family thing. All right. So why don't you root for any other New York team?
Just didn't come out like that.
But where'd we get Vegas from?
Favorite color is black. And also, there's a music connection too.
Music. Okay, all right. So that makes sense. So now that we've gone from the Knicks to the Raiders, how did we get to Cincinnati? How did we get there?
The only way I could really describe that is culture.
What culture do the Reds have? Besides, like, the Big Red Machine with Pete Rose, and then Pete Rose being, like, exiled by baseball because he's gambled on games and all that. And then you had Griffey there for a while, and then he just got hurt a lot.
It still had Griffey there. He's one of my favorite players.
So that's it. So Griffey is the reason you're a Reds fan.
He's part of the reason.
You got bad Griffey.
Huh?
You guys got bad Griffey.
You got bad Griffey.
You got bad Griffey. You got old Griffey.
You got Griffey. Griffey in his second run with the Mariners was better than Griffey on the Reds. That was Griffey was like 40.
Nah, but I think we showed like some really good potential last season, and I think
you're not answering my question. I'm not allowing you to blow.
I just answered your question.
No, you didn't. Well, he was one of your reasons, but what was the reason?
Him and Joey, and yes, I'm gonna put in color too. Yes, red is also one of my favorite colors.
I don't understand, but I just don't understand how you could be a fan of teams all over the place. And then you said you're a Blackhawks fan?
I don't really count hockey like that. I don't even watch it. I just chose a team for hockey. I don't really follow it. It's
no
the
continuity.
same.
I don't ever want to hear you say anything about the Knicks running New York when you actually don't care about New York.
I care.
New York sports.
I do care about New York sports. I'm a
No,
Knicks
you don't.
fan.
You care
I'm a
about
diehard Knicks fan. Yes, I care about the Knicks.
That's not New York sports.
What?
That's not New York sports. That's New York sport.
Oh, fuck.
That's the Knicks. New York sports is the Yankees, the Mets, the Jets, the Giants, the Rangers, the Islanders. Like New York sports, not just the Knicks.
Oh Lord!
Like, you're not allowed to say the Nets aren't. The Nets don't run New York. The Knicks do when you don't even step in New York.
I do step in New York.
You're from afar.
That's how I'm from afar. Whatever you say.
You have anything? Oh, y'all. Okay. The Warriors. Are they still slumping after doing that to Chicago? They're at the time of this recording, they're winning right now.
Aren't they thrashed in Portland?
Clay just had 17 in the first 11 minutes.
I love Clay.
That engine's getting warm.
It's just basketball is a game of runs.
It sure is.
And they ran into a part of their season where they weren't playing great. Draymond wasn't playing for a bit. Like, shit happens. Shit happens.
Are we concerned about Steph or no?
No. Steph.
No. He's just
concerned about what?
He's been a historic for him.
Historically bad. But hey,
he'll
at
get
the
it
end of
together.
the day, he's still Steph.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about it.
Historically, like what? Did he miss 5 threes in consecutive games? What happened?
Shot like 4 for 25 one game.
Yeah.
That's not great.
I mean, it happens to the best.
It's just
He's
the
a
standard of
shooter.
excellence that he has, though. Like, he never
Yeah, I
goes
mean,
on stretches
he's-
like that.
He's a shooter, man. Shooter,
Shoot.
Exactly. So I mean, especially if they're still winning, I don't put anything behind that. If they're as long as they're winning games, unless they go on a stretch of games where they're losing bad, and he's still shooting bad, then you have to raise the eyebrow and be like, okay, what do you need to do?
Well, in a lot of those losses, he was shooting terrible. And it's just like, man, if Steph just shot like 50% or like 43%, then it's like, they win that game, but was shooting like 27%. It's like, Steph.
Yeah,
But like,
their lineups
it's just a rhythm
continue
thing.
to change.
It's a rhythm thing.
And their lineups continue to change. Steve Kerr is like, just first half, let's try these lineouts out. Let's try Jordan Poole start the game at point, put Wiggins at the 3, Clay at the 2. Now we just got Clay back. Put what is it? Porter at the 4. Draymond's out. Let's start Bialici. Like they're just trying lineups out, and rhythms is gonna go in and out. I don't put any stake into that.
That's literally how I feel about Steve Nash most of the time. When Steve Nash is trying shit, I'm like, why are we trying shit? Just stick with what works. Play Bruce Brown.
No, you gotta. This is the time where you try your lineups out for the playoffs anyway, because when you get to the playoffs, when it comes to matchups and games slow down and stuff like that, we're gonna have to know what else can you go to as far as your drawing board when they game plan for you.
I mean, that's what it's all about, figuring out what works and what doesn't work. It's as we've mentioned in this, styles make fights. So
for sure.
But that's all I've got, fellas. I don't know if you guys have anything y'all want to talk about. Got an open forum. Y'all want to talk Kanye, stalking Kim Kardashian?
Shout out to Microsoft for buying Activision Blizzard. That's actually massive.
That is crazy.
That's actually a massive deal.
That is massive.
If Microsoft wanted to be like, "Ayo, Call of Duty, y'all are only here now," everybody's fucked.
No, they said that there's still going to be some titles on PlayStation.
Yes, they're going to do that. But if they ever decided that like that was the end all be all, it's over.
Because they're using a lot of tricky language. Because again, it's the same thing with Bethesda. They never clarified with Elder Scrolls 6. They never said it's going to be Xbox exclusive. They're just saying like it's going to be prioritized on Xbox. They're using a lot of trick language.
It'll probably be like timed exclusive or something silly like that. But no,
they dropped $70 billion. Like, you
got money, you do it.
They really wanted it.
Massive acquisition, man.
They wanted it.
They're getting closer and closer. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's a monopoly, the way they're acquiring these game studios, but like they're getting closer and closer to like owning.
Dude, Game Pass is like, dude, my terabyte is almost filled up with just nothing but Game Pass games. Like, it's
and I still don't know what to play. And I'm still just playing 2K.
Well, no, I just started the Mass Effect trilogy. I never played that before. Like, so I just started Mass Effect 1. I heard a lot of good things about it, so I was just like, all right, let me play that in the midst of like 12 other games I just downloaded. My hands are full with that one.
I just registered for the Sony PlayStation 5 release with Sony.
Oh, so hey, that's how my stepdad got his.
There we go. There's that hope, Mike.
There you go.
Hopefully,
that email.
Income Mike, tax season.
Wait, Mike, do you have one?
Able to slide one?
Yeah, I got one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah,
hopefully I get that email, man.
Yeah, because they're talking about the chip shortage is still going to be persisting. So,
you have one, Anthony?
Yeah, I have one.
I'm hoping by the time I move in back into the house and my little studio set up that I got everything set to go, and then I have a new PS5. That's gonna be nice. I can't wait till the house is rebuilt, and then you guys get to see when we record this the new studio with all my One Piece fucking Wanted posters up and a whole bunch of. I got a signed Mike Nugent kicker poster from the Jets. I got this 2005 New York Jets plaque. I got Joe Namath plaque. I got a whole bunch of stuff that a buddy gave to me for my little room. So it's gonna be great.
It's crazy because I've spotted like the Xbox Series S in stores. Like, I've not seen a Series X. Never have no sighting of a PS5 whatsoever. I still have not seen a PS5 in store at all.
I've never seen one outside of the one that I have. I've never seen one.
Not saying that. I've never seen one outside the one I got. Like, literally.
I've only seen Mike's, and I've only played Mike's PS5. That's it.
I've never seen a Series X outside of the one I've gotten. Like, so, like, it's just so rare. Like, I don't know what the hell like is going on. Like, I just tell
scalpers
people
are ruining it.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah.
I saw the email. I mean, they're banning bots, so
Good.
I saw. I
That
saw
means it's
the.
gonna be easy to get sneakers too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be nice. That's the next avenue we need to tackle.
Now my friend paid $1,000 for his PS5. He
Yeah,
just
no,
said that's
absolutely not.
I'm
that's
all fucking set, pal. No thanks.
that's why I'm working on this register with Sony because they're gonna sell it at
Absolutely.
retail.
I don't
Exactly.
need it, so I'm not gonna spend more than a fucking penny over.
No, but you just got to be there on time. You got to be there like right on the dot, like pretty
I
much.
dedicated 10 hours one day in a day to do it, and I missed every single time. From, I shit you not, like 8 in the morning to like 7 at night. I was working to get it. Couldn't get one. I was like, fuck this place.
Mhm.
Oh man, it's like I don't know, man. It's just this damn chip shortage is really ruining it for a lot of people, and because of that, they're continuing the cross-gen cycle, which kind of sucks. Like it's good for PS4 owners, but for PS5 owners, you're basically getting a bunch of PS4 Max games, like pretty much.
Sucks
Like
for computers too, because they're doing the same thing with computer parts. If my computer didn't survive the fire, I'd be out here like just hoping to find something. But luckily, old girl's still kicking.
that's good.
Trivia time.
Yes, Dylan, cue the music.
I'm gonna get one right.
Let's go, Anthony. I feel like you might get one today, but will I change the questions around to make sure you don't? So we will see. All right, Anthony, you first.
Why am I first, man?
He's giving you a
We
chance.
go this way. We go this way. That's
I
how it
like
goes.
going last, man.
No, we don't go clockwise in this place. We go counterclockwise. All right. Who is the youngest player to record 10,000 points?
In what sport?
Anthony. Basketball. 20 seconds.
Oh, geez, I get the time clock now too.
Yeah, we get time clocks here.
Well, I'm just gonna.
You better focus. You have 15
Oh,
seconds.
hey! Can I? All right, I'm just gonna say James.
10, 9, 8.
I said James.
James who?
Bron James.
Okay. Yes. That is Anthony's
Oh,
first
I got one right,
answer doing trivia. He has won.
Woo!
Winning
Anything
down.
is possible. Anything is possible. Like Kevin Garnett said, anything is possible. Anything. Oh yes. All right.
Imagine how he's going to react when the Raiders actually win something. One question right. All right, Michael. Which team owns the longest winning streak in NBA history? 20 seconds.
Oh,
The
that's
Los
an easy
Angeles-
one.
The Los Angeles Lakers.
Correct. James. Who is the only player to record 200 blocks and 200 steals in the same season? 20 seconds. Shut up. That's not even right.
200 blocks and 200 steals.
Yes. 10 seconds. I need an answer right now.
Draymond Green.
Anthony, do you have an answer?
Yes,
Go.
I don't.
Okay. So, Michael, do you have an answer?
I'm gonna say I don't think it's him, but I'm gonna say Anthony Olajuwon.
Correct. Michael on the board too.
You know what's funny? I was gonna
You know what I was gonna say? I was gonna say.
Shut up.
I wasn't gonna say that. I was thinking the Kevin somehow, but I just didn't want to.
Steals? He didn't get no damn steals.
All right, Anthony. Who is the oldest player to record a 50-point game? 20 seconds.
Can you give me 30 seconds?
Give
No.
20.
It's the
Yeah,
oldest.
15.
Was it Was it Jamal Crawford?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Whoa.
2 in a row. Let's
He was
go.
cheating because his hand was on his head.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm incredibly surprised.
All
James,
right.
you gonna let Anthony do this to you?
Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Michael, who is the only NBA player to be named MVP in the ABA and the NBA?
Oh, that's so easy. He's a bum.
Okay.
You
Well,
want to shut up?
it's Julius Erving. Thank you.
It
'cause
is.
I was-
Anthony,
I
do you
was
want to shut the fuck up
considering
and not
another
help?
person, but okay. He's a bum. Yet the trivia
You lost
question.
the point. You lost the point for helping out on somebody else's question. What an
First
asshole.
person in Dylan
What
trivia
an
history
asshole.
to gain a point and lose a point.
What a dick. All right, James. Where did the Hornets temporarily relocate to after Hurricane Katrina?
Why is he getting the hard one?
I didn't think this was hard.
It's
I
not
didn't think
hard
either
at all.
one of these are hard.
It's not hard at all. It's tricky.
10 seconds.
I see what Dylan's doing, but
Say the question again.
All right. Where did the Hornets, the New Orleans Hornets, temporarily relocate to after Hurricane Katrina?
Charlotte.
Incorrect. Anthony.
just say something wrong so I can get this right.
Where did they relocate again?
Shit, I do not remember that.
When you hear the answer, you're gonna be like,
You're gonna be
"Man."
like, God damn it.
Dallas.
No. Like,
Oklahoma City.
that's
I don't remember.
that's actually the reason Oklahoma City
City got
has
a
a team in the
basketball
NBA.
team. You don't remember
I
when
don't,
Chris
I don't
Paul
remember it.
when Chris Paul went back to the Thunder, he was like, yeah, it's going to be good to go back. They have such great fans. He took them to the
Hornets did
playoffs.
so well in OKC.
Yeah, but I only remember them still being New Orleans Hornets. I don't remember the location.
Okay.
They had
All right,
to
Anthony.
Oklahoma City. And then, yeah.
Here's a couple
I might as well
nickname
retire
questions.
for the night.
Here's a couple nickname questions. And Anthony somehow ended up getting the easiest one.
How many questions you got left?
One question each. You have to get, if Anthony gets this incorrect, you have to
I
get
have to run
more.
the table.
You have to run the table. All right, Anthony, what player was nicknamed the Matrix?
Damn, I forgot.
You don't know. This is the
Nah.
easiest one.
All right,
Fuck. Alonzo Mourning?
can I go? Can I go now?
I forgot.
I can go now, right? It's my turn.
It's not your
It's
turn.
not your
you
turn,
know it's
it's my
not your
turn.
turn. And
Come
you
on.
know that I know it. But I'm going to be nice. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Don't
Go
get it
I don't
wrong.
understand how
Don't get it wrong.
Sean Murray. I don't understand how it's not.
All right.
Because it goes Anthony, you, Mike, you. For everything. All right.
Oh, guess what turn it is.
What NBA player was nicknamed Junkyard Dog?
Oh!
Oh, why does his name?
Oh wait, no, I can't remember. I know his face.
I know his face. I can't think.
But,
of
Yeah,
James!
I can see. I literally picture
You got
his
5
face,
seconds,
too. That's
Mike.
the funniest part.
his face. Oh,
4, 3, 2, 1. I need an answer.
I can't think of it. I don't know.
Okay. James.
Glenn Robinson.
No,
No.
Oh no!
Glenn Robinson
Junkyard
was,
Dog?
Big Dog.
was the big dog.
Oh, no, you got Big Dog and JYD mixed up.
Ah!
What
Oh,
is this? I can see him. He played
Jerome
like,
Williams.
Oh wait, come on, man! You didn't let me get a turn, man.
You didn't know
You
that.
don't know that.
No, I swear on everything I was gonna say Jerome. I don't remember his last name. I was gonna say Jerome.
Then you would
I
have
swear.
been wrong.
No, if I got the first name right.
No.
No, this is the penalty you get for giving away an answer.
I
All right,
bum.
James.
All right.
What NBA player was nicknamed Chocolate Thunder?
Do you have one more?
I could get one really quickly, and I can do
waste.
like a lightning one.
I can take the whole 20 seconds to give you a second.
20 seconds, and then I'll think of a quick like raise your hand type of question to do something with.
Chocolate thunder. Daryl Dawkins.
It is Daryl Dawkins. So you have tied with Anthony. For this, let me go ahead and get one more question in here for you guys.
Mike should have two after fucking Anthony gave him one.
All right, I have it. Who is the only 40-year-old player to score 40-plus points in a game? Anybody? Bueller.
40 plus?
Who is the only 40-year-old player to score 40-plus points in a game?
Vince Carter.
Incorrect.
Ah!
Anthony, do you have an answer? This would put you above James in this week's standings.
Damn it. Karl Malone.
No, I'll never do a Karl Malone question on this store.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. You
Never do a Karl Malone question.
Yeah.
Unless you talk about how he molested children.
yeah.
Mike, do you have an answer?
I'm gonna go with the captain, Kareem.
No. Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
He was 40 when he did that.
Wait, he was 40?
February 21st, 2003, on his 40th birthday.
Oh,
scored 43
damn.
I thought
See, I was thinking about Jordan. Yeah, I kept thinking 38, 39. I wasn't thinking 40. Yeah, oh, my God. Because I kept thinking he was in his late 30s when he played for the Wizards. Like, I didn't know he was 40.
Anthony gets one question right, and all of a sudden
I got two.
everything.
I got two right. All right.
You took
I got
that
two.
away. It doesn't count. Mike wins. And James escapes the goose egg.
Good job, Mike. He gave you one, but good job.
You know,
win's
if
a
he
win.
didn't get that one, he still would be in first place.
I still would have won.
He still would've-
And I
He
knew
only had three.
I knew the Sean Marion one. I gave that to him.
I can't believe you went Glenn Robinson instead of Jerome Williams.
Williams.
You don't remember light-skinned ball
played
dude?
for the Raptors, played for the
Yeah,
Bucks,
he played for the Knicks.
played for the Knicks. I knew exactly who it was.
Yeah, I knew exactly.
I saw his face like it. I saw
He
his
was
face.
saying, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
I saw his face.
He literally looked like a junkyard dog, too.
He was talk shit, bro.
Oh, this guy.
Dylan put
Headband,
Jerome
high
Williams right next to
socks.
James.
Headband, high socks.
Yep. He
I
played
used
the
to- I
big
used
three
to
for a little
always-
bit.
I always called him Teeth for some reason.
That's JYD, man.
God.
JYD. I was
superb.
considering doing nothing but Brian Scalabrine trivia today, but that was I did not have
White
enough
Mamba.
time. I did not just his nickname, but I did not have enough time to try and find Brian Scalabrine trivia.
I was bracing for. I thought you were going to give us all Martin Luther King Day questions.
No, that's
That's
actually
what I was
I looked a little bit. It's actually pretty hard.
That would have been hard. That would have been hard.
The Christmas one was like a tough one to do, but there's been so many Christmas games to do it. But like, it's been tough. Happy Martin Luther King Day, everybody. Even though we're just past it.
Never
Rest in
too
peace,
late.
Dr. King.
Never too late.
That was a good one.
That is it. This is a nice, clean, efficient episode.
Cut the music.
We're gonna say our goodbyes. Go ahead, Anthony. You're gonna go first because yeah. You don't
Again, want to thank everyone who tunes in. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Enoch313. Speak on It podcast, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, right? Yes, Spotify and all the
You
other
don't
platforms.
even know. You don't even know the platforms are on, and
Hey,
you
don't-
expect me to think you know anything about trivia.
don't
Hey,
worry.
I got 4 right. I got 4 right today on trivia.
Where
What?
did you get 4
Where'd
from?
you
What?
get 4?
The Dr. J one, obviously. I mean,
No,
That's not
no,
yours.
no.
And
No,
you
no.
lost a point for helping on that.
Anyways, like and
Just get the
subscribe.
device,
Like,
man.
Typical Raiders, man. Typical Raiders.
like and subscribe. Next week, I will have my cans of Zoa autographed by yours truly over there, and I can't wait. So yeah,
You're supposed to get another can from another pack from Podcast Poppy upstairs.
Podcast Poppy. I'll give you cans if you earn it, but you ain't gonna cover that 27-point spread. But play my other music. We're out here. Podcast Poppy's out here. Two-time COVID champ out here. Thank you all the thank you the subscribers and listeners, all the fans, all the people who support us. Appreciate all of you. Hit the like button, rate the stars on the podcast platform, share to your friends, share to your family. We have a fun time doing this week. Take the time out of our wonderful nights, spending some time away from our family to make sure you guys have this joy of this show. So I appreciate all of you. Speak on it on Twitter, SONIT Podcast. One more time is capital SONIT Podcast. We tweeted for the first couple times on Sunday. We will do our best to keep going. Promotion's been big, so I've been posting on my Instagram all the stuff, as well as on Twitter, trying to get out there. So again, thank you. Like, subscribe. Two times. Oh,
it's supposed to.
I'm doing the Booker T stuff, man. If you listen to the podcast, I put the Booker T music.
Five time. Well, like and subscribe. You know what it is, man. Follow me on Instagram, breezy__BILLZ. Follow me on Twitter. That's breezy5x. Shout out to the Triple B's chat. Whenever y'all are ready, they ready. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. We'll see.
French.
The Patriots got their ass whooped.
Yeah, French had some interesting takes if it had gone another way, and I told him to hold his breath, and that's what happened. And so, like and subscribe, hit that like button, hit that bell, keep on supporting us on all the platforms that you can hear or see us. And yeah, man, new year, new me, new us. I am little B towards Anthony's Raiders.
And there's only one nation.
I predicted that one nation under my
And
thumb.
there's only one couch, pal.
There's still only one nation. 31 haters, one nation. 31 haters, one nation.
I'm sitting by that one nation under my thumb.
One nation under Vegas, baby. Under Vegas.
Well, I just want to thank everyone for listening. Like the fellow said, like and subscribe. Follow us on all the platforms that we're on. Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Ready Podcast. We should be up there now.
Hey, round of applause, Dylan.
We're working on some other platforms. We're on YouTube. The fellas already gave, follow us on Instagram, speak on it, podcast. Follow me, IAM_MBJ on all the socials. I guess I'll shout out the OTTR fam. They was trying to cut me off when I tried to plug our podcast on there last week, but it's all right. It's cool. It's called hate because in a week's time I'll be a 3-time OTTR champion, so it's okay.
Let's go. Bring it home.
So right.
Bring it home. Put a clown face on this.
And still. Yep, right there.
And new.
It'll be and new. We'll have the and new graphic.
There we go.
We'll have the and new graphic up, ready to go.
WWE World Heavyweight Champion Michael. Clown face.
Shout out to my
Michael
man,
Jordan crying face.
Demigod. Shout out to Demigod for the beat.
Word.
And just thank you to the viewers, man. Thank y'all for watching and listening. Like I said, we do have an open forum. Come on, we're ready to chop it up with anybody. And yeah, I mean, with that, we're done. We're gonna try and be back and better than ever. And with that, I mean, I would say good night. There's only one thing left to really do.
Go Jets.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.